One, two, 33.
Rise above, generate, rise above, extinguish fear, rise above.
So welcome to Rise Above TV. It's Friday night. Thank you for tuning in. Tonight is not a live show. We are on the last week of our 4-week break. But don't go anywhere. Don't switch off. I've got something special lined up for you. Let me tell you about that first. Chill with me a minute. I recorded this video, 2 hours ago on a Friday. So don't go anywhere. Tonight, we've got a nice selection of classic Rise Above clips, going back to episode 70, including a rather poignant talk from Richard Ryder on digital currency and the currency of the future. Obviously linked in with the digital IDs, probably some good knowledge to catch up on at the moment. There's a whole selection of my music videos, some classic Manic and myself back-to-back on the mic for Breakbeat, and a bit of bonus material. You'll know about this if you come to the Rise Above Weekender. If you didn't, at the Rise Above Weekender, we had a surprise complimentary migrant hotel protest on the schedule, happening just round the corner at the Britannia Hotel. Myself, Andy PG and AJ went round there to do a recce with the camera. And so there's some bonus material in there tonight as well. It's quite a good laugh. So that's what's on the menu for Rise Above TV tonight. Now, like I told you, we've been having a 4-week break from the live show off the back of the very successful Rise Above Weekender Part 2. We are back next Friday on October the 3rd. Let me tell you all about this show because we've got something pretty cool lined up. So, as well as it being a customer services show, did I just say services? Customer services show. A customer services show where obviously we want people to call in, have a rant, complain about the show, give us some feedback, whatever. We have upset a lot of people recently, which I'm going to speak about in a minute. I particularly want to hear from them. The phone line number is 07983 696 691. Yes, our phone number has a 999 and a 666 in it. Would you expect anything less? This is Rise Above.
Come on!
So, whether you are a member of the Socialist Workers' Party, stand up to racism, if you are the subject of one of our case studies and you're upset with Rise Above, we want to hear from you. Call in the show live and have your say. Have a go at us. Take us to rights. We want to hear from you. Just trying to think who else we might have upset recently. So yeah, we've got a call in, and it's been a while since we've done a customer services. They're some of our most popular shows on a Friday night, so we want to hear from you guys. And remember, if you're outside the UK, you can call in on WhatsApp. You can call me on Facebook Messenger. There's various different ways to contact the show. We've also got a special guest, Matt Houston. Now, this Matt Houston guy used to describe himself as a Blade Runner, so you all know what that means. And recently, he's been involved in the flag up your colours, put the flag up operation. Now, a lot of people have got a lot to say about that. It's a burning topic, so we thought, let's speak to the guy directly. And also, he's got some very interesting stuff to tell us about a brand new type of ULEZ camera or some sort of traffic camera that he's got his hands on, had analysed by some professionals, and that's all I'm going to say. He's going to be coming with all of that on episode 159 of Rise Above Live, which is going out next week, October the 3rd, and I will repeat again, it includes a live call-in. Matt Houston will be with us until only like 9:30, so shortly after that we're going to open the phone lines, and we particularly want to hear from some of the people that we've upset, some of the people we've exposed recently, and obviously the Ramish community. That goes without saying. Right, what else have I got on my little Schwab's board down here? Okay, so yeah, obviously we've been on a break. I say a break, but it's only been a break from YouTube. Me and Andy PG have actually been very, very active, both on Patreon and out in the real world. We've formed a new sector of Rise Above. It's called MI33. It's sort of like a crack team that deals with covert surveillance operations and overt sting operations as well. And frankly, guys, if you want to see the full footage of this stuff that we've been doing, there's only one place it's ever going to be available for the moment anyway. That's on Patreon. It's only £3 a month, or $3.33. And yeah, you get all of the MI33 footage. Some of it is still to be released. Remember, the stuff that goes on YouTube is heavily edited. It has to be. The full picture is only ever on Patreon. And also, while we've been having a break on Friday nights, we've actually done 4 full live shows on Patreon so far. Midweek Raw Live, 1, 2, 3 and 4 are available right now, and all of them are 2 hours plus. So we haven't actually had a break at all. What we've been doing is retreating into Rise Above HQ, going undercover, doing some very interesting stuff, and actually exploring other platforms, okay? Because everyone knows that the way things are going, we probably won't be on YouTube forever. That goes without saying. So this isn't just about supporting us for only £3 a month. It's actually about you getting Rise Above, because only a fraction of what we're doing is now ever getting to YouTube. Yeah, you've seen all the clips we're putting out, TikTok, Facebook, Twitter. We've been going viral, getting 1 million views a month. Hardly any of it is on YouTube. So be aware, guys, if one day Rise Above disappeared from YouTube, you will need to be subbed to Patreon, even if it's only on the free subscription, to keep up to date with what's going on, where you can actually see our material. I can't stress that enough. Oh yeah, and also we are going to be hitting the streets again tomorrow. I'm not going to disclose what city we're going to be in. It will be a city down south. We haven't ventured outside of the south yet, but we are going to be hitting a city, myself, Andy PG and AJ, tomorrow, with the camera, with 2 microphones. We're going to be interviewing the public, and that footage will be going straight on Patreon. That will be weeks before the edited version gets to YouTube. Some other exciting news. There is a Rise Above event coming in early 2026. And when I say early, I mean the end of January. It's going to be a one night only event in Southampton, city centre event, in conjunction with Mark Devlin. And myself and Andy PG are going to be giving the inside scoop, a full-scale, behind-the-scenes presentation on MI33, what we found out, what we've been up to. And, a lot of the stuff we're going to say there is going to be obviously completely exclusive. Right, so, sub to Patreon. Don't be a peasant. I'm just going to put, the QR code will be on the screen. Enjoy the selection of clips tonight and the bonus material from the complimentary migrant hotel protest. Check us out next week, October 3rd. We've got a live customer services call-in and a special guest, Matt Houston. Rise Above, word to your nan. Check out the website, Rise Above TV. Get on Patreon. Don't be a peasant. Word to your nan. I came across this and I just thought it was so funny. This was a sponsored ad on Facebook.
Again, it's just pathetic. It's actually very childish. Like, for people to subscribe to this, it's actually very childish. Like, to even raise a flag and do all that, it's shows,
not the Ukraine.
Shows how fucking stupid
it's just
you
Ukraine.
Really are.
You fucking bigot. How can you say it wrong? And you spoke to change the name of Chicken Kiev. That's not racist.
Who's that helping? Who's this helping?
Just a very serious note to all of this, right? For all these people that are sponsoring this Ukrainian Azov battalion, you know what they're doing to any young Russian soldiers that they're capturing?
Go on.
They're actually castrating them and sending them back to Russia. Which
Really?
totally goes against. Yeah.
I also heard what they were doing, which is against the Geneva Convention, is they were binding them up, and not only they would get an assault rifle and with the butt they would kneecap them, so basically they probably can't walk again, and leave them bound up and not tend to the wounds. But not only that, if you do that to put your prisoners of war, the etiquette, believe it or not, is actually to wind up their shorts so that the fibres from their trousers don't go into the open wounds, and therefore they don't have to actually have their legs cut off. Well, they weren't doing that. They were just kneecapping them with their dirty combats on, leaving them down. So all of these soldiers are basically going to have both their legs amputated. It's like, that's dark. And
this is all being sponsored.
Yeah, this is being sponsored by people that are waving yellow and blue flags.
Sponsored by Novaflip, mate.
Yeah. Lee, did you read that article that I sent you today? That was that Russian military intelligence leak that was saying about the drugs that they were given to the Ukrainian soldiers.
Yeah, very briefly, yeah.
Yeah.
Opiates.
No, like a massive cocktail, what? Just like... Oh, have we got someone on the line?
Oh.
Sorry, we've got someone on Skype. Is that Rob, Esoteric Night of Malta?
Yeah, it was, yeah.
All right, we'll call him back in a minute when we haven't got so many people.
Yeah, Rob, if you're tuned in, mate, we'll call you back. We've got someone on the line currently.
There's only so much the Queef Master can take.
Yeah.
They actually allowed on Twitter this week this MP from the Conservative Party, is an American now, and he's actually tagging a journalist out there that's pro-Russian and tagging the Ukrainian hit squad to take her out.
Wow.
And that doesn't get you banned on Twitter, but calling someone, mentioning an injection will get you banned, but you're allowed to basically send a death threat to someone if you're supporting that side. It's madness.
Yeah. You can't even call someone a mong on Facebook now.
No. You
they were selling...
you get banned.
On eBay, I don't think it's still there, but they were selling T-shirts about killing Russians. So they allowed that for a while.
It's very strange. Very strange.
And yeah, no one asks questions. This is the thing, even obviously for these people that have a total ignorance about the situation in that part of the world, the historic situation, even like the last 10 years, they don't even think to ask the question as to why, the support for one side is completely unanimous and it's actually okay. Like, when was it okay in like the Iraq War to make T-shirts saying "kill the Taliban" or we're gonna take out the Saddam Hussein Basque forces, kill the Iraqi soldiers? I don't remember anyone making T-shirts of that.
Well, it's not even kill Russian soldiers, it's just kill a Russian. I saw some T-shirts on there, on eBay. And kill Putin.
This is what I was going to say. Right, the whole argument, the binary pendulum of whether Putin is actually going against the Schwabian agenda or not, or is he part of the plan? Russia was on the world.
He's well in with the WEF.
Right, but...
Or he was, anyway.
If in the next couple of years, it turns out that Russia doesn't take part in the Great Reset, well, all the rest of the world doesn't, and Russia continues to get richer, working on their own economy and stuff, will people still say that, do you reckon?
I don't know, because they're communist anyway. So the goal of the Great Reset is to make the whole world communist, isn't it? Well, one of the goals.
Russia's not really communist.
They're not communist. They're not communist. I way they were. The thing is, with Putin, I believe that he did obviously go along with the WEF, but he's a diplomat, and
I just think we need to be very careful after what happened with Trump and everyone trusting Trump and.
No, I'm just saying if, because obviously Putin isn't going to be voted out, is he?
No, that's what I mean.
No. So we can. The proof will be in the Putin. Right?
Nice.
Yeah, see?
That needs to be. That's a meme.
No. This is why I wanted to bring it up.
Mate, that
right?
should be on a T-shirt.
That's why I wanted to bring this up, because the good news is as long as Putin doesn't get taken out, we can actually bank on the proof being in the Putin. If when other countries, for instance, Ukraine is basically this close to having the social credit system. I don't know if anyone's noticed this. I don't know if anyone's been watching.
I read about this.
Ukraine are this close to getting CBDC. Central bank digital currency, right? And they're this close to getting it all on one app. This close. They're basically the European countries which are most further along, right? So if you look at this binary that's being created between Ukraine and Russia, Russia's the super bad guy. They've all got to die. Ukraine is the pinnacle of democracy, comrade, right? Well, if Ukraine are the first one to get properly fourth industrial revolution swabbed, they're all on central bank digital currency, and Russia don't do that, and Putin's still in charge. What can we say then? That's my question.
Well,
I'll move to Russia.
When I do this presentation, hopefully I can bring some of this to the forefront. But there could actually be two. Well, there could be many scenarios, but let's look at two possible scenarios. So, if Ukraine is meant to be this kind of new world, new age, or the spearhead of this kind of digital smart city type thing scenario, Putin could actually be like the controlled opposition to demolish, so that to demolish the Ukraine. So that would mean that Ukraine would have to be rebuilt, and then they could kind of swab in the rebuilding of Ukraine as this new super smart city. Yeah, that's one option. The other option could be that Putin knows that this is going to take place and he's against it. So he's actually fighting for it not to happen.
Mm. The funny. I was thinking about this, and I was thinking, like, it's the classic two-option pendulum as usual, where you could look at it and think that he's totally wrecked the Great Reset because they're in panic now, or they seem to be in panic, and it means that energy and everything else they can blame. So he might be doing that on his own accord, but then he could also be doing that under their guidance to crash everything, which would ultimately lead to the same outcome anyway. And either way, they can, the energy prices, the food shortages, everything they actually need to usher something in, both will be caused, whether he's doing it for a good reason or not. They could potentially be caused from the same outcome, but then it would be hard to know which side he was on, because the outcome might be similar either way.
Or another way to put it is, whether he knows it or not, he is still the controlled opposition by him being allowed to do that, potentially, yeah.
But he could also be totally, in a way, scuppering the plans, and actually, if they've lost a control on resources, for example, they might find it more difficult to usher something in, potentially. Again, I've put quite a lot of thought into that, and I'm not really sure either way. My gut tells me I'm not his biggest fan, but my gut tells me he's kind of given them the finger is what I would say. Is that he's had because he doesn't really fit in as a globalist. He's like to me, he's like the ultimate nationalist. He's only ever shown an interest in Russia's best interests. He's never, he'll go along to these things and stuff, but it's all Russia based. Whereas our lot all talk about democracy and globalism, which is the same term, just rebranded. And I don't know, just listening to him talk and stuff, it's always about, like taking back the Crimea and all that sort of stuff. It was always about Russia and Russia's trading force.
Are we assuming that
Russia back
it's
on the
actually
map?
Putin?
Oh, go on, Dom.
No, are we assuming it's Putin? Because the pictures that you see look totally different people to me, but or is that just me?
I don't know. I don't.
The picture, the images do look totally different. Like he's had some sort of facelift, at least if it is him.
But then I was looking at Biden looks different every week as well. So I don't know.
Biden looks different, and also with Putin, he just came from nowhere. He was a KGB operative, so he's appeared from nowhere, and now he's meant to be the archetypical bad guy of the West again, isn't he? It's the same old character seems to be playing over and over again. And I'm not saying he isn't good or bad. I suppose we'll never know, really, will we? But
Helen says he's had a facelift. Yeah,
is that something?
The only thing that I can point to which sets him apart from the others, and I'm not allowed to say this, we'll have to say the who, but he's been very anti the kind of pro-Zion US kind of Israel link, and he's not in that club, which to me, he actually booted out most of those oligarchs and bits, and I wonder that was always going against that other agenda. So I don't know. It's a strange one. I can't quite figure it out.
I don't think he booted all the oligarchs out, did he, Sage?
No, he didn't, because he couldn't. He couldn't physically do that to run the country, but he did put tighter controls on, and the ones that wouldn't toe his line didn't do very well after that.
Yeah.
So I don't know, but
I mean, I've always thought that there's been several groups around the world that sort of run everything, and sometimes they're on the same side, and other times they're fighting against each other like snakes in a pit, if you like. And every now and again they disagree on something, and they're at loggerheads, and it's best man wins. Like corporate entities, sometimes. I don't know, Coca-Cola and Pepsi join together to do something, but behind the scenes, they're enemies. It's like a corporate deal, isn't it?
Yeah.
It just looks like a corporate deal of, because one thing we can't believe is that, well, none of us do, I know that, but like the wheat is all grown in Ukraine. I mean, we've never heard of anything like that, have we? That everything seems to come from Ukraine. Oil, wheat.
It's an easy one for them to blame on the food crisis, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
I mean, we've all seen the profits from like these energy companies and stuff. They've soared, and we get told there's an energy crisis.
So it's weird how they're called profits, isn't it?
I want to know what these profits are from these food firms and stuff like that. I bet they've got huge profits, but yet we're in a food crisis.
Yeah.
I mean, Ukraine has historically always been important in food. It was called the breadbasket of Europe. So it has always had. It might not have been talked about as much, but if you look into it, it was always an important farming territory. But the bigger issue is actually the fact that the sanctions mean that they can't get anything out of Russia, and Russia controls the supply from Kazakhstan, Belarus, and all those countries, which is a bigger version. And
the one thing, though, Serge, and I agree with you, is that during World War II, for argument's sake, and we weren't there, so I can't really say I was there, but when I look out my window, I'll see green fields. Surely if we're short of food, we'd round all the farmers up and say, right, guys, we need to plough your fields and et cetera, and grow loads of crops during this fantastic heat wave.
It's not, but it's not looking at it on a UK scale. It's about the export market in general. So because it all runs as one big, it's like synchronistic system. If there's supply issues worldwide, stuff gets diverted. So we might not notice homegrown stuff here, but the problem is the homegrown stuff here, we've set ourselves up for a fall where we don't actually allow, even though, like you say, you see the farms, we don't grow everything anymore, because this whole globalism thing was that we could rely on markets from other places. Now, the food supplies of Africa and those sort of things are the ones that rely on Ukraine and Russia more for grain. But the products of energy companies, the sort of waste products of the gas and oil industry is what creates the chemical fertilizer. So if we can't trade with Russia and they're not going to sell any fertilizer, you will see farms, and it won't be this year because they'll have bought fertilizer this year already. If you were a farmer, you'd have bought your fertilizer for this year, last year. But I think the big problem is going to be this winter going into next year.
Yeah, what I look at, the West doesn't seem that concerned, as in the powers, that then if it was really that bad, I'm sure there'd be tanks running all over the place.
I don't think it's going to be like the case of like you can't buy anything, but it's more a case of the prices will increase.
Oh yeah, I agree with that.
So,
yeah.
So that's why they're not worried, because they couldn't give a today whether you pay an extra 50p for a loaf of bread. They don't care because they're not going to struggle themselves. But I think people who are living close to the bread line, and struggling already. I mean, my energy bill last year went from £90 to £200, and they're now talking about it doubling again in October. So, I mean, a £400 energy bill for a lot of families is unmanageable, isn't it? You can't, where do you get that?
Like the government will bail you out, everybody out again.
Potentially, yeah. I don't know. It's going to be. I think the dark winter that everyone spoke about was predicted a bit early, and I don't like to get to doom and stuff, but I do think this winter might potentially be a bit more difficult than ones we've had in the past, because it's about surpluses. If there isn't, I mean, you just wouldn't want to live in Germany. Basically, they're stuffed. I mean, they can't. They're buying electricity from France now.
Right.
The whole windmills and solar panels, and it doesn't work. They shut all their nuclear power stations, and they rely on Russian gas completely. So
they need to ring Greta up. She'll sort it out. She knows.
This doesn't make the mainstream, but they're actually talking about rationing hot water supplies already in Germany.
Wow.
Wow. And when we're in August.
You have stolen my childhood.
I'm feared in every girls' school in this country.
I'm one of the lucky ones.
Rise Above TV, doing a quick recce at the Hotel Weekender next door to the Radical Mariner Hotel, the Britannia.
We just popped out of our event for the free complimentary migrant hotel protest. It's just round the corner.
Yeah, easy.
Sizable flag you got there, brother.
I'm not compensating for anything.
No.
We interviewed you last week.
Yeah, something to. How you doing? I haven't seen
you.
How's it going, mate? You alright?
How you going?
Yeah,
you alright?
All good.
My mate looked it up. I haven't actually seen it. I didn't know where to look. I'm not very techno.
Well, we post on Facebook, YouTube, and TikTok.
Okay, my mate said, the foreign guy, he said that because you stream live, it was intermittent.
Yeah, the live stream was dog turd, but we had two cameras going at once. We were recording and live streaming.
Okay.
We've done a full kind of documentary about it, which we released, an hour and a half long.
And Gambia. Yeah, I've been there, yeah.
Literally next door.
Oh, have you?
Yeah,
So you
the
guys
hotel
are
around the
welcome
corner.
to come for a drink afterwards. We've got an after
Tell you
party.
what, if you can.
There's no lefties in there, mate. Don't tell
No
me.
lefties allowed.
I got some new signs for the lefties over there. Them being the real Nazis. This is one. This is one you want. Should have this one as well because this is, this is the real crux of it. And also we've got a guy over here from Highbridge.
We did the Roundhouse protest last week. We came down here to interview people on both sides, or at least we attempted to. Attempted to. Some people just shouted Nazi at us.
We weren't dressed in any flags or anything. We were just dressed normally, and they just want to get that.
So as you can see, we went over there and everyone was well friendly. Let's just simply walk past here doing absolutely nothing and see what happens.
Just pan the camera left, AJ, mate. This is a hotel which isn't being used for If you imagine spending your time to come down here, time and money to come and stay opposite that.
Queen.
Just film the police filming us, and then film their drone filming us, and then everyone's recording each other.
Dorset is anti-fascist! Dorset is anti-fascist! Dorset is anti-fascist! Dorset is anti-fascist! Hampshire is anti-fascist!
Oh yeah, it is.
That's the pressing. They've actually been quite well behaved so far. Watch out, AJ. But they said, oh, that's the press again, like we smell or something.
It's interesting they've got a, is that just some patriots come over to talk with their flag?
No, I think they were like migrants holding a flag saying we're pro-England migrants. I think that's what they were doing.
Right, okay. It's very confusing, you see, you've got the England, St George's flag on both sides. Now this is a public paper, mate. We don't take orders from peasants.
You don't tell us what to do.
We don't take orders from peasants, communist peasants.
In what universe do you tell us what to do? It's just guys come over and say you can't stand here.
Public pathway,
in what universe does he tell us what to do?
Everyone's council tax. He probably doesn't even pay council tax.
It's retired, isn't it?
Yeah. Do you reckon let's see if we can get Lansky? See if he'll talk to us.
I don't think any of them are going to.
Should we just rock back? Let's go
let's
back,
rock
guys.
back. We came and had a look.
Yeah, we've had a look.
We're going back now. We've just come to have a look. We're leaving.
We're staying in the hotel next door. We're just on holiday.
Well, I saw you at the last.
Yeah, but we're still staying in the hotel next door.
We never left that hotel, guys.
No.
Fun fact. That is
we
right above
live
HQ.
next door to the Radical Mariners.
We are.
We'll get this sign.
Yeah.
No, we just had to get this sign, mate.
Listen, later on, we've got all
we've seen today.
We've got all these banners we're going to get out, so we're going to have and I've got a right stack of smaller ones over there as well. So if you guys can come back, that'd be brilliant.
Well, we're just saying we've got an event in the next hotel, in Hotel Celebrity. You guys are all invited to come for an after party. Those lot are not invited, but you guys are. It's in the next hotel.
Okay.
We got a 24-hour bar there, guys.
One of the leading members of the Ramish community left Hotel Celebrity and made it all the way to the migrant protest with my cider.
I might have to go back soon. I say, what time's the football kicking off?
We're coming back.
Yeah, let's go.
We can't drink here.
Let's go.
We're going back to that. We're in the next hotel. All right, mate. Just because. Yeah, no, we appreciate that. Obviously, it's bad optics to be stood at a migrant hotel protest drinking a pint. We can all appreciate that. It's bad optics, guys. We'll go back to
The copper was like, when I said, we're staying here in the hotel next door, we're on holiday, he was like, yeah, well, we saw you at the protest last week. I was like, it doesn't mean we're still not staying in the hotel next door.
We always stay, it's true, we always stay at this hotel for migrant hotel protest.
It's double L, you've heard of me, the flow's poison, liquid mercury. Hear my voice when I curse this beat, I let it moisten before surgery. Still we in charge, repeat offender, for revealing elitist agenda. Still at large, delete the data, success or defeat or retreat or surrender. And I can't let go, killer artist Charlie Hebdo. That's a false flag, actors in tow, and the blame is slow.
Ready for the landing, ready for the impact. Boom shot, boom shot. It's Double L in the Manic. Friday night as we're rolling to the weekend. Rise above, enough love. Reaching out to each and every one of you. But I don't bite, I don't argue, I just fight. See me, poison in position. I buy my time until the time is right. Turn the day into night, then impose a heavy blind. I'm running deep, we're running deep. Double L in the Manic. Only for trouble when a man never come. From back side to side. Hold your position. Listen. Gotta play to win. Style of one a bit fit. Structure blown a bit. Hard to maintain on the 9 and the crowd is 2 demanding. Gotta come with a bit of game planning. Step on the blow with a rough landing. Tell you once, tell you twice. Rise above, bring it back. In other players, you know we're there. You need a break, you need me up here. 3, 4, the boy, the go on clear. When I got fade away, I disappear. When I step on the stage in the crowd, I'm a rage and I start to jump up and cheer. All I'm on at the back and the girl on the side of a push up front so you can hear. People load your position, find a spot in an invader space. You know, in opposite, the chameleon, dip on the pro, semi dip on the case. By the formula that be working, pick out the tempo and pick out the bass. I will push the body, gonna push the limit, gonna knock it right down the base. People load your position, find a spot in an invader space. You know, in opposite, the chameleon, dip on the pro, semi dip on the case. By the formula that be working, pick out the tempo and pick out the pace. I will push the boundaries, push the limits, push it back, bring it back.
Bring it back, cause I got a flow like a vintage wine, like I rinse it, it still gets better. Got a flow like a vintage wine, like I rinse it, it still gets better. With kind of a pinch it, we'll be stingy with a line, gonna clinch it, go get it with a rhyme explicit. Omer can't go for that, Manic can't go for that, rise above.
Rise above, baby. Try to test it for me now. Me intimidating at my corner, yeah. Nah, but the test man, I'm warning you. Up for your service, that's what I'm calling you. Do what I say, let me want it to. Put the mid-range down in my monitor. You know me now, wanna have a be pumping you. Then you know me, the amateur to me ball. Breaking down, I'm unfolding. We for them and me balling. Man, it's tonight, the pan is talking. Don't turn around to keep walking. Some of them I just can't figure it out, so I'm talking. This time you gotta go all the way to be sure. So you best beware, be eating a warning. One tell them double down, my brother.
Warning, for the night to the early. Warning, for the night to the early morning. Shit, a brand new day is dawning. Double L, call a warning. I'm a lifelong student of the occult. Why? Cause I'm searching for verses locked in a vault iron. Looking for scriptures buried in the dirt. That's why Double L's heavy with words. Draw for the sword and bury them first. 28 days later, you couldn't prepare for the mass effect. Warning system, all out failure. Couldn't reach or reject. Now I roll in a derelict landscape. My work lately, my band with bandages. What is the verdict? Did it take place? But the look in your face says you can't handle it. White flag, pretenders surrender. Group all the vectors into the center. Double L's a realness defender. Metaphor symbolist, I'm the assembler. Spit bars to MC, remember. I leave a scar like a lifelong memory. And if I can't calm my temper, the fire inside's gonna burn for centuries. Yo, who's that back in the set? Back in the stage, I make an MC what? Back in the stage, I make an MC fret.
With both hands, I'm gonna grab hold. Take what's mine, get so cold. With both hands, I'm gonna grab hold. Take what's mine, get so cold. I get confident, I get so bold. If you don't get known, now you're being told. I get confident.
Apply first principles. Apply trivium, analytical, quadrivium, metaphysical. Focus, intent, remember. Focus, intent, remember. Execute, manifesta, focus, intent, remember. Execute, manifesta, fires the system that he presented from inner guardians, inner protector. Inner guardians hidden within, deeper than flesh, deeper than skin. I said deeper than flesh, deeper than skin. Inner guardians hidden within, deeper than flesh, deeper than skin. Room goes quiet when the drop of a pin comes loud in your ear. Now we begin. Yo, hold on when I draw for the force. Like a Jedi, rebel, Star Wars. And then we slay metaphors while fools just lay down foes in 10-page draws, spraying out flows in a lyrical war. Well, that's old, quit draw McGraw. Yo, fuck that, back to the force. It's the power that grinds it together, of course. It's right, the masses rave together in hordes to feed off the energy force. A crowd of people move to the music in sync. Emit sonora beyond what you think. The body is a vehicle, more than flesh. Just the first stage of the next step. Don't be afraid to pass the last test. Life is another part of death and I'm done. I can't spill the rest.
After this, it's mad complex. Quantum mechanics and shaman flex. Physicists can't know where the spirit is. Scanning brains, running tests. No explanation from mainstream section or any religious sect. I'm not gonna lie, it's a big concept. From the grave to the cradle, I'm willing and able. Won't conform to the norm of the label. Or feed the beast just to put food on the table. No. From the grave to the cradle, I'm willing and able. I won't conform to the norm of the label. Yo, every single molecular particle.
Suddenly woken, and I'm asleep and my eyes wide open. Got a firm grip around my neck, eyes are bulging and I can't feel like I'm choking. What do you want from me? Chance to see us come to me and keep it in your mind. Yo, everything else just pales in the insignificant, still blind and with the baseline. Suddenly woken, and I'm asleep and my eyes wide open. Got a firm grip around my neck, eyes are bulging and I can't feel like I'm choking. What do you want from me? Chance to see us come to me and keep it in your mind. Yo, everything else just pales in the insignificant, still blind and with the baseline. 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 With the baseline. With the baseline. Still blind and still blind and still blind and
moving the baseline.
Oi oi!
Yo. Enter this jungle as a student, acting humble and prudent, practicing, becoming fluent in the sacred tribal movement. Master the art of the shamans using, elevating to more than a human, raising the vibes of the hate producing. Airs electric, feeling the charge of thunder. Dark foreboding, sky we are under. Hectic in the presence of wonder. Open your eyes and awake from the slumber. Life is a prey, act like a hunter. Enter the battle, emerge from the bunker. It's the rain dance, I am the drummer. Dance to the rain, it's a stormy summer, look yonder. To the hills and the valleys where mankind wander, braving the storm, searching for honor. Allegiance sworn, command and conquer. What are you doing to me, magic? Nowadays everybody wanna chat like they got stories to tell. Same old shit when they touch the mic, they all sound like shite. These motherfuckers that they forgot about L. Nowadays everybody wanna chat like they got stories to tell. Same old shite when they touch the mic, they all sound like these motherfuckers that they forgot about L. It's like
ain't gonna let you pass, ain't gonna let you go too fast. Keep it fun, I'm gonna stay ahead, and when I glimpse the future, forget the past. Can't hang around, ain't got the time, and someone's telling me you won't last. Brace yourself, cause when the time is right, I set the fuse alight and then wait for the blast. Both hands are gonna grab hold, gonna take what's mine, get so cold, I get confident, I get so bold. If you don't get known, now you've been told, I take control, watch it unfold. Tip the scales with just one load. Keep an eye, could it even flow, but you don't know, that's how we roll. Some try to stop us, but them just can't prevent the way we blend. Can't pull us apart, not understand, comprehend. Return rolling some manica upper extend. Hold your position, free for boy ranting again. Retribution in my head, them what me screaming out. Proposition be the reason we gon' turn about. Make one put your head to bed to rest. Baby, them enthusiasm rise above.
Okay, so mate, yeah, Clown World. It's not. When did this start? What, 2015, 2016? Clown World sort of started.
Right.
You think earlier?
For me, it was 2012.
Oh, really?
It was the Brexit Trump year. That was the digging of the ground and the planting of the seeds. That's when it changed, and then the shitstorm began to grow. That was when people really lost their heads, I think. That was the founding moment. That year, I say moment. A year is a moment, really, in the grand scheme of time. But that was for me when shit started to get fucked. Then it went west. And
that's when shit started to get fucked. That's the Kyle Greaves 2022 Rise Above episode 70. That's when shit started to get fucked.
It was true. If you think back to before then, life was relatively enjoyable and simple. And that was when I think the average person realised that they could become enraged and then focus that rage to other people on the internet and get away with it.
Weaponised rage.
Exactly. People could behave in and say whatever they want without the risk of getting punched. And the spite and the vitriol got more and more intense from then on in. And then the ideas got crazier, and then it brought on this Trotsky era that we live in now. There's no enemy to my left, and now it's just, yeah, things are so fucked. I'm actually sat back and enjoying it now.
Oh yeah,
I'm not
you've got
even
to
mad anymore.
No, you've got to get past the madness. You've got to get past the anguish, the disgust, the people that allowed it to happen, that kind of stuff. I think that's very important, and appreciate the absolute absurdity of it.
Yeah, that was tragic crap, the whole thing. Recently, there's so much to cover. I don't know where on earth to start. I have no conversation points.
Okay, well,
out where
mate, I've got plenty. Don't worry. Let's go. I've got them all up. So let's start. We didn't really talk about the Jubilee, and I don't want to talk about it for too long. But there is one aspect of it I'd like to mention. Did you know that the golden carriage that they paraded in front of the peasants?
Yep.
You know there was a hologram inside it, right? Basically, the carriage that went through the streets, the Queen wasn't in it. So all of the peasants that were waving in an empty carriage that actually had a hologram of the Queen from her not inauguration, her crowning ceremony, whatever that's called, from the when's that? The 40s, 30s,
70, from the 50s.
No, 50s. Sorry, yeah. So look at this one. That's the child catcher out of Jimmy Savile, the child catcher
from the Jack the Ripper.
If that didn't gain traction online, there's a fucking rip-off that needed to get out there.
Yeah, so I thought that was, this year has been particularly clownish, and I thought that was quite good that that they just had everyone basically waving at a hologram.
I took the stance of a royalist this year for a laugh. And
just for shits and giggles.
No, completely. You must have seen it. And just said, I
did notice it, yeah.
Oh, she served the state for all these years, and you're having a go at her, and you're out of order. She's a state crown, an asset to the nation. And I kind of sat back and I watched the two sets of spastics just fucking fight each other. I thought, do you really think they give a fuck about any of this? You and I know it's a public facade.
Yeah, which seems to be crumbling. Okay, so
attention.
Yeah, I don't want to dwell on that because that's a bit of an old story now. It's
the peasant show.
The peasant show of that caliber, that's like 4 or 5 weeks old. Okay, so let's have something a little bit more up to date. We talking of God, look at this. So we've got some emerging people's pandemics like on the back burner that are ready to go. The first is obviously monkeypox. An entire British Airways crew is put in isolation over monkeypox fears after one test positive for an infection in Singapore on the way back to the UK.
Am I in the right zone here, or am I fucking tinfoiling it when I say that this monkeypox is a side effect of the goop?
Well, there is something called autoimmune blistering syndrome.
Thank you. Very similar to AIDS. Yep.
Yeah, which is on the second page of the 8th page of side effects from the Pfizer Christmas miracle. But also it looks exactly the same as shingles, and shingles is also on that list too.
That's right.
Yeah, but that's we don't want to give out any misinformation there, so you got to be careful what you say.
It's comforting to see that you haven't suddenly died. Suddenly,
of a mysterious death.
Suddenly and unexpectedly is the new safe and effective, guys. Remember that.
Yeah, absolutely. Oh, I've got some slides about SADs in a minute, actually. SADs. So there have been some epic memes in the last couple of weeks. Celebrities. It started with I suppose it started with Johnny Depp and that, but the memes weren't that good. But when Kevin Spacey was in court with this triple rape or sexual assault, it's 3 young guys apparently. Start to get these Planet of the Rapes memes. I don't know who made the one on the left, but this on the right is one of our guys. It's Russ Kieran.
Russ Kieran's been pumping these out. Well,
you can see when it's got Jimmy Savile in there like that, it's probably one of our guys, isn't it?
The Planet of the Rapes for me is the winner of that one. That's sinister fucking look on his face.
Oh mate, there's more.
Kyle, don't declare the winner yet. We've barely got started. So, return to the Planet of the Rapes. This is a remix. Look, it's the fat kid from Goonies there,
being chased by fucking Matt Dazalam.
The priest class don't have any creativity, Kyle. They're actually completely moribund of the ability to consciously create.
That's a great word.
Moribund. Yeah, moribund is a good word. Nice. Alan Partridge loves that word. Yeah, their creativity is moribund, so they can't innovate and like come up with something unique that is like a meme, for instance. Or 330 people tuned in. So when we come up with with these slang words that seem to sort of instantly stick as soon as we say them online, everyone gets it, and then before we know it, everyone else is using it as well. Al Gore just can't keep up with that because it can't understand the nuance and the.
It's expanding as well. Like Sheep Farm have got their own little.
Yeah, and we've obviously got the crossover because Britney Spears. That's not ours. That came from Sheep Farm.
And Robo Musk. I think Dom named Elon Musk Robo Musk.
Okay.
So we can't take credit for all.
We can't take credit for all of it. Right.
Okay. It's harrowing, isn't it?
It is harrowing.
No, there you go. There it is.
Rochdale sex grooming gang member Adil Khan, which is a Khan is like the same as a Cohen, it's a priest class. Judge not to deport him because son needs a role model. His son needs a role model, but he's been grooming kids and he's in a sex gang. Okay, and there was a 322 and a 32 in the numbers of this story. Women removes knickers and sits on a bloke's face for £100 bet in a packed beer garden. Wow. This is headline news in Clan World.
This is why we need fucking Sharia law.
It sounds like your family-friendly pub.
Yeah.
Is it up north?
That's normalising. That's
coal mining shithole, isn't it?
Right, I need to get a drink. Andy PG, can you just talk us through what we got on the screen?
I think personally, that sort of story is normalising sluttery.
Yeah, no, it's just normalising the degradation of society.
These are memes. These two here are really cool because the one on the right, the Chan is fucking amazing for like it's a birthplace of fucking memes.
Yeah.
So, I've been screenshotting the fuck out of a lot of it and sending it out to people, and I actually received this one earlier today. The one on the left, Netflix is fucking paused. Fuck. I mean, did you remember they put a picture up of Adam Sandler and did a...
And Zelensky.
Martin Luther King.
Yeah.
Oh, yes, yeah.
Adam Sandler as with the Netflix logo. But this is, it's pos to fuck. I'm not a great supporter in Netflix, and they took a massive hit on their stocks after what was it? Cuties?
Yeah, the dance film about minors.
Yeah,
but they were like kids twerking and shit. Yeah.
Anybody that watched that, there's a special place in hell for you. You're a freak, and you should fucking.
Mate, I think they had a lot of people cancel their Netflix because of that.
They lost.
That was a big thing, yeah. With that Cuties was out in Netflix, so I think I had a lot of people that sort of refused.
250,000 in the UK, I believe, just alone in the UK.
I haven't got a Netflix account. I think it's fucking trash that's on there, apart from the odd thing.
I do, just for research purposes.
The missus does. It has Grey's Anatomy on it, and girls love Grey's, and they love watching people fuck each other in hospitals. So that's her thing.
Normalising sluttery. There we go again.
Yep.
Oh, but the whole.
Is that real on Netflix? Is that really a thing? Life of Stephen Hawking.
You can't. That's the fact that you have to ask. It's serious.
Big up Magix in the chat, and we see you.
Big shout out to Magix. Thank you for all your help on the graphics for Ratry and all the new graphics for the show, Madge.
Yes,
much appreciated.
Mate. Good ones.
More Clan World. This is a great one. This is from Rise and Shine. The year on Earth 2040. In an underground base, you got
Schwab, Sugar Mountain, and Health Chancellor Gates.
Meanwhile, at Rise Above, we're just having a party.
Utopia.
It looks like Ratry.
In the inner Earth.
Yeah. Love it. And what's the new profile pic here from Sagehead? I'm a sacrificer. Oh,
yeah, nice.
That's brilliant.
That's very good. Really good. All these profiles pictures I do put up on the Telegram for you to download whenever I get sent them by Sage or any of the team. I do put those on the Telegram for anyone.
Has anybody noticed the same, like, brain dead freaks that are all concert attendees normally? I swear they've all ended up with the fucking complete disability to think for themselves. That have, like, Ukraine flagged everything. They've pride flagged everything.
Yep.
They don't know what an absolute homophobe Zelensky is. And how much he fucking detests gays. And did he push to outlaw homosexuality, like, when he... or something like that?
Well, they're sending money to a country that's arming Nazis.
40 billion, no?
Yeah.
Allegedly.
40 billion pounds.
Yeah. We have got a little Ukraine section coming up.
What have we got here? We've got Castro with baby Castro Trudeau on his
fame with Castro. If you're interested,
go on.
Yeah, go on.
When I was in the Foreign Office, I was posted in Cuba for a short period of time, and I smoked one of Raul Castro's cigars, and it was my first ever cigar, and it was a Cohiba Behique 54, and that was back in 1967.
Was it nice?
It was fucking gorgeous and got me onto cigars. And it was a gift from Raul to the English ambassador. And she
Have
said,
you ever had one? Have you ever had one as good?
Yeah, of course. But you know, they were just there in her ambassadorial residence, and she gave me one.
Lovely.
And as like a goodbye gift. And I was like, oh wow, Raul Castro's cigar. That's his brother. Yeah. Anyway, sorry. I'll focus on it.
No, I love, mate. We love these stories. It's great. It's a break from the clan show. So here's some good ones. This is proper clan world. We've got some headlines here. Male blood donor was turned away from a clinic for refusing to say whether he's pregnant or not.
Oh, fuck me.
Saturday, the 18th of June, 2022. Okay, so I'm guessing
that had to be an NHS clinic.
I'm not sure if that was.
I don't know what's real or not now. I don't know if like.
Yeah, I mean now when I get sent these, I do have to check whether they're memes or not, which is quite concerning.
So this is actually a full article, but to me that looks like it could be a fucking meme made up.
The Metro's not really the most reliable source of information, is it? Let's face it.
No, but I mean, if it's definitely been put out by the mainstream media, it kind of doesn't.
It's hard to distinguish.
Well, it doesn't really matter if it's true or not because that's what's being implanted into normies' heads.
Yeah,
exactly.
That's the trick. If you want to shortcut this, the trick to distinguishing between what's real and fake online. So something like that. If you look at it and think, there's no fucking way that could possibly ever happen, ever, then it's real. And that
or you could just check it and see if Snopes fact checks it and says it's fake, then you know it's real.
I mean, the easy way to go about it, just for as a generalisation, is just do the complete opposite of what the media are telling you to do. Or whatever they say, it's the opposite that's true.
I guarantee if you looked on Snopes and typed in, did a male blood donor get turned away from a clinic for refusing to say if he's pregnant, and say, yeah, this is 100% factually true, we fact checked it.
This is science, Lars. Men can get pregnant.
Yeah, look, science is all over it. You can see it. It's dripping with science.
But you know, if he had AIDS, they'd have to take his blood because it was inclusive. Oops.
Oh, dear. They just couldn't tell if he was pregnant or not. Oh no, I've skipped ahead. Right, so also city's attempt to cut the grass, cut Texas man's grass, leads to a standoff, a fire, and his death. Police say a SWAT team officer shot the man after he exited the home with weapons in his hands, according to police in Austin.
Over cutting a man's grass. So this is what the police are doing, guys. Honestly, this is fucking gross.
I don't know if they were telling him he can't cut his grass or ordering him to cut his grass and he didn't do it.
It sounds like the Texas city was cutting his grass.
Oh, right, okay.
And he probably refused to let them do it.
Which led to a standoff, a fire, and he eventually died. SWAT officers were called and they shot him.
They are another breed in Texas, let's face it.
Well, there you go. Order followers for you.
Yeah.
That's unsurprising.
Next, we will move on to some inaugurations. Not inaugurations. What's the word? It was ignited. What happened to Tony Blair? He was made like
No, he was made a knight of the, not a knight of the Bath, a knight of the Garter, I think, or not of the
Garter. That's yeah, that's right.
He has been awarded the same thing that Jimmy Savile had, the KSCG, the knight of the Garter.
Okay. You hear that, guys? He's been awarded that from the royal family because he's done as good a job at fucking people up as Jimmy Savile.
It's even worse, right? A crowd of
fourth down from the Pope.
A cloud of protesters gathered in Windsor on Monday as Tony Blair was admitted to Britain's oldest order of chivalry, the Order of the Garter. The Queen appointed the former Prime Minister a Knight Companion of the most noble Order of the Garter, the highest possible ranking. The knighthood has sparked a significant backlash from anti-war groups. Now look, monarchs are known as Sovereign of the Garter, and the Prince of Wales is known as the Royal Knight Companion of the Garter. Male members of the Garter are titled Knight Companion, and female members. So wait a minute. It says here the Prince of Wales is known as the Royal Knight.
That's sausage fingers, guys.
Yeah,
that's
right. So wait a minute. If Sausage Fingers is normally having this role, and it's just been awarded to Tony Blair, what does that mean?
But no, there's more than one role. We see because there's the royal representative of that role, and then there's the elected or the granted member, which will be Tony Blair in this case.
Yeah, it says here the Prince of Wales is also the Royal Knight Companion of the Garter.
But Tony Blair's a Knight Companion.
Yeah.
Right, okay.
So he's replaced Jimmy Savile on that award, even though Jimmy Savile never had that knighthood stripped of him, which I believe he should have
when
done.
you researched this...
Odour of the Gutter.
Odour of the Gutter. Perfect. Now, Omar Beats, when you researched this on the show the other week, the order that Jimmy Savile was in, you looked at what position he had.
Yeah, it's the fourth down from the Pope. So you got the Pope, which is the Holy See.
Yeah.
Right, that's his thing. And then you've got a couple below him, and then you've got the KSDG.
Yeah, so when someone said like Jimmy Savile was like a couple of levels under the Pope, that is no exaggeration.
No,
that's
that's
in
their own.
No, you could actually Wikipedia that.
This is why Prince Philip got onto his knee, and kissed the ring.
Because Jimmy Savile was actually higher up than him.
To a certain level. I mean, well, probably not, because if you think about who he was married to, he probably had more things. But I think it's a respect thing of their knighthood chivalryness.
So chivalrous. They just got so much chivalry. Jimmy Savile.
It's a medieval thing. This is. It's medieval.
Yeah, I've been doing it for years.
It's one of their rituals. This is a ritual. Yeah. This is what a ritual looks like, guys. Not like a death ritual or anything.
So,
this isn't like a ritual.
We've got a few remixes here. Originally, this picture was Sir Tony Blair. On the left, it's been remixed into Bram Stoker's Dracula, and on the right, Harold Shipman and Beverly Allett honoured services to the NHS. Who's Beverly Allett? Is she some nurse that killed people or something?
I think so. Yes. Yeah. I'm not 100%.
I'll have to ask Auntie Kovic. She made that one. God, we all know who Harold Shipman is.
Harold Shipman's medicine was safe and effective, and the deaths were very rare and uncommon.
And everyone that saw Dr. Shipman was very pleased, because if they hadn't, their death could have been much worse, and it could have been long and painful. With Dr. Shipman, their death was quick and painless, so they were really pleased.
Okay, so Beverly...
also rare and uncommon, so just leave that there.
It wasn't if you were Dr. Shipman's patient. It wasn't.
Or if you were Dr. Shipman's patient and you had a rare, occurrence and died, they wouldn't list the cause of death anyway. So, moving on.
Beverly Allett was a child serial killer. She killed 4 kids. She attempted to kill a further 3, and then she caused grievous bodily harm to a further 6.
Oh wow! So yeah, she was.
In total, there's 13 victims. Believe it or not.
Of course,
had to be. So I'm just checking what the PayPal's saying, because
she is nicknamed the Angel of Death.
The Angel of Death herself.
That's interesting. She used to give them insulin to kill them.
The new Angel of Death, Hillary Clinton.
Yeah. Okay. So,
guys, just on the note before we go any further, I can't literally say everyone's name out who's buying tickets, and we can't distinguish who's buying tickets and t-shirts. So
big up for buying the tickets, guys. You will not regret.
Mate, there's loads who've gone over, fucking loads.
Oh, no, I've been watching before I got here. I've seen that. There's a lot. I've estimated that we're probably going to sell out by the end of the weekend.
There's someone here who's bought 6.
Wow.
That'll be Alex, was it?
What's the event? Can you tell me a bit more about it?
Okay.
So the event is to get together with everybody as part of our family. We're going to present what we present. We've got a whole host of different activities, all focused around our theme, which is, I suppose, apocalyptic survival. We've got camping in the actual woods, Kyle. We've got hammock spaces. We've got an arena area with a sick as fuck stage. We've got. Have you already told him about the man you booked earlier on, the hog roaster?
I haven't announced the hog roast
Well,
yet.
there we go.
But this is what I've announced so far. We've got Terra Slim playing, and he's also going to have a stand with Nutwood Organics. So he's going to be selling all of the organic, homegrown produce or whatever he can bring on their farm, at Sheep Drove Farm.
So check out Nutwood Organics online.
Yep. We've also got Dana from Wild Wellbeing Dorset, who's going to be doing morning and evening ceremonies for us to bless the land and set good intentions for the weekend, energising ceremonies and wind down ceremonies in the evening, included in the ticket price. We've got headliners, Comprehend, booked for Friday night. Obviously, I'm going to be performing as well. There's a lot more to announce here, guys. We've got First Principles of Self-Defense, free self-defense workshops with world-class legendary martial artists.
We've managed to actually secure that. I mean, obviously, it was obviously going to be happening, but like, you know.
Lee Hasdell, can you see the screen?
Yeah, he's the real deal. I've worked with
he's the real deal, man.
Yeah. The grandfather of UK MMA, right?
Yeah, very.
The man can done what he's done in Japan.
Very strong, good fighter. Yeah, we worked together a few times. He's really cool.
Yeah. So Lee Hasdell, or Master Lee, Inner Guardians, as we refer to him around these parts. Like I said, he's going to be giving free self-defense, first principles of self-defense classes. The event is sponsored by Off Grid Dojo, and you'll get a chance to talk to Master Lee. Maybe you want to book some one-on-ones with him. But these classes will be included in your ticket price, but they will get booked up early, and we can't cater for everyone. Got to stress that. We're also going to have Forage for Knowledge, which I believe Magic's sorted out. This guy's going to be coming along talking about wild foraging and taking people hopefully through the woods to see what they can find berry and mushroom wise and stuff like that.
And there's an extensive set of woods there, man.
But lovely woods.
Amazing. Kyle, what you should do is we did like a virtual tour, me and Lance, last week.
I'm going to play it tonight, by the way.
Oh, super. So you have a little look at that when you get a chance, if you're not online when we're playing it off.
Yeah, sure thing. I think you've got me for another 20 minutes.
Okay. All right. Well, while we've got you, we've got a couple more. We'll get back to Clan World, and I'll talk more about the Ra treat later.
Yeah, that's the event anyway, Kyle. Kyle, it is going to be sick. I mean, that is a fraction of what we've organised, right? And I'm
it's fucking me all over. I love that. I'm definitely going to pop it.
I'm having to hold Lance down to tell everyone what we've got going on, you see, because I want to drip feed it because it's exciting, you know.
See, my nature is I'm the ultimate hype man. You know, I build the excitement and paint the picture, but he's like, stop releasing all the secrets. You know, stop.
Right, listen to him. I mean, you could sell sand to tea towels. You don't. You don't need to fucking.
Yeah, these tickets are literally selling themselves. So back to Clan World. While we've got you for another 20 minutes, Cole. Why are so many food factories suddenly burning down? You know about this?
The same reason that so many churches in Europe are burning down. Perhaps. I don't know.
So someone here says the same reason a certain computer guy is buying all the farmland.
Yeah,
would this be the same? Would this be inextricably linked to the same reason that the government are asking and paying farmers to give up their land and retire?
They've been doing that slowly anyway for ages via some of these.
Yeah, I showed something about that the other week. There's also farmers in America, cattle farmers were being paid like $2,000 a pop to destroy their cows.
And farmers were paid to destroy their crops as well. There's loads of it going on.
I mean, I think they've been fucking with the farmers for a long time anyway, because I know that certain farmers, I know two farmers who are friends of my family who have been fucked over by massive chain supermarkets. They get duped into putting these orders in, and they can't fulfill them, and never going to be able to fulfill them. So then they end up having to become an employee of that particular supermarket as opposed to being an owner of a farm.
Yeah, well, it's much worse. It's much worse than all of that, in fact.
For sure. Yeah.
So, who saw this thing about some reports were 2,000, some were 10,000 cattle died of climate change suddenly altogether.
It's all a mystery, mate.
It's all a mystery. Although that all of those cows. I don't see any vultures or flies or anything. It's really
I know what it is.
clean.
It's coinciditis.
That's because of the chemtrails.
I would like to point out though that I guarantee all of those cows have got RFID chips fitted in. You know what cows do? No.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wonder how if they were activated. So fact check. Recent fires at US processing plants do not show a plot to cause food shortages. Obviously not. This is actually back in April, this little fact check here. No pattern. Nothing to see here, peasants. What about this, though? You must be kidding me. A French court orders, not a 5G, a 4G turn-off after 40 cow deaths. What? A French farmer won his battle to temporarily turn off a 4G antenna after he claimed it was damaging his cow herd's health. The administrative court in Clermont-Ferrand ordered a 2-month switch-off after Frédéric Salgis, a farmer in Huatleur. Doesn't sound French. It sounds like Chinese when I said it. He said he suspected it was damaging the herd's health. Well, listen, do you think that a court is going to order a telecoms company to turn off a cell tower without any evidence? Without, like, enough cause to do it? Like, you know, got to be careful what we say about this.
Everyone should know that's not good for you, you know.
Well, I mean,
mate, they're putting them on schools. Like every fire station's got a mast on it. Like there's loads, you know, anywhere that's high, basically, they're sticking these fucking masts. And now the pentojazzer ones, they're all over the place.
Yeah, all over the place.
Just like lampposts, and there's some we've had them on the show. They're disguised as trees.
Yep,
all sorts of bollocks.
Gene-edited beef cattle resistant to heat stress, approved by the FDA. That's convenient.
Oh.
That's convenient. What good timing. On the same week.
The 1,000 cows died of climate change.
Well, sorry, this is actually from March.
Oh, well, that was March.
23rd of March.
That project's ready to launch then.
322.
No, mate, it's already on the go ahead,
say.
right? In China and other parts of Southeast Asia, I think Singapore specifically, they have already started the. It's like fake meat. They're cultivating meat themselves.
Yeah, lab grown
meat. You know, so, I mean, and it's all from plant substrate, I suppose.
Yeah, I keep seeing articles about the lab meat. They're really pushing it.
What was that, Kyle? Well, I'll tell you where it's going. Funny you should ask that question, mate, because... anyway, I'll just fast forward this. This is a list of all the food factories that have burnt down this year. Here's a graph that shows warehouses destroyed, cattle, poultry, hogs, grain silo fires, food processing plant. This is a graph of the destruction over time.
So you can basically read this. We're reading their handbook here.
Yeah. We've collated this information. Okay. So here's a list of all of them. All these food shortages are happening because they're planned. Blah blah blah. State company, processing plants. So Britain's face empty shelves for the next couple of years as food shortages threaten the UK. You'll know nothing and you'll eat bugs and you'll be happy, peasants. That's what Lord Schwab says. Well, look at this. The world's largest cricket production facility is officially complete. Aspire Foods Group's new plant in London, Ontario, not London, is ready to produce 9,000 metric tons of crickets annually.
9,000 metric tons.
We've been talking about bug eating for ages.
Have you got any idea of the mass of that?
A lot. That's a lot of bugs. CRISPR cattle cleared for the first time. So this is gene-edited CRISPR cattle. Lab-grown meats hit the grocery shelves by 2022. We talk about this. This is where it's going, Kyle. This is the 2035 food pyramid. At the very top, the most sought-after nutritious goodies are going to be antidepressants. Just beneath that, in the sort of sub-elite tier, you'll be able to get soy milk if you're lucky. Underneath that will be lab-grown meat. So that's sort of for like the aristocracy. Underneath that, basic merchant class peasants will get bugs, substituted with seed oil, and at the bottom, the absolute underclass of post-COVID peasants will basically survive on a diet of mostly microplastic.
The unspeared. That's all the unspeared will be able to buy with their biometric.
I don't know. I just found it today.
Absolutely on the right track here again, boys.
Yeah, I mean, you heard it here first. This is going to be the new food pyramid for Schwab's New World. I wanted to cover all the aspects of Clown World today because Carl's here, and this just fell on my lap. I don't know who made it. Entomologically, whatever he's called here, the spider.
Entomemology.
Oh, that's good. Entomemology.
Yeah.
Like that. So, yeah, but it's not just food, obviously. Fuel and energy is also getting squeezed in this artificial squeezing. Here it's saying...
My mate, he made a good point to me the other day. He said the fuel's gone up again, like jumped up literally overnight. And he said that he would love to buy an electric car, but they're like 50 grand.
Yeah.
Like, so this is literally A, to try and push people onto electric cars, and B, to push people out of having a car full stop. This is like phase one, isn't it? They like just raise the price of fuel so people can't afford it.
What I don't understand is how, even after all the evidence to say that it uses more fossil fuels to have the electric cars. Yeah, and they're still pushing that agenda. They're just trying to accelerate the downfall of this planet.
There's nothing renewable about what goes into making a battery for an electric car. There's nothing renewable about that at all.
Part of the industry that I work in, obviously, is like in the electrical industry, we're quite astute when it comes to things like EV charging and grid usage. And the UK grid is already running, and this is what baffles the fuck out of me. And this is publicly available information. The grid is already at well over like 94% in the UK. Now, charging a car on an 8 kilowatt. So for those of you that don't know, a kilowatt's 1,000 watts. Your kettle's 2,000 watts. Your car charger, if it's an average run-of-the-mill one, is 8,000 watts. That's the same as a power shower.
Yeah.
Now, you're not using that 8,000 watts ever in your home. What have you got? A few light bulbs, TV, you're probably running at about 500 watts continuously. That's going to like put your usage more than tenfold, and the grid is already at 94%. We don't have the infrastructure for this crap. I don't understand.
I think they're trying to crash it, Kyle. I think that's what they're doing.
I do understand why, but what I really it's just a fucking complete joke. But there you go. And that's just that. We know this. We're just circle jerking on it now because we're all fucking aware. But the grid, you're going to get your rise above event, foraging, camping, skills is all going to come in very fucking handy sooner than people think.
This is exactly why I want to do it, mate. This is exactly the plan.
You're doing God's work. You're offering people a chance to live, to learn how to survive without queuing up at Tesco's.
Also, get back in touch with yourself.
I think I'm up to about 150 now, tins of meat. I've diversified my tin portfolio, it's great. So I've got long life food, tinned meat, tinned vegetables and tinned fruit. Right, and I buy about 10 tins a week. So I've got about 150 at the moment. I've got a substantial amount of tobacco, cigarettes, stuff you can trade. Because my partner said, "Oh, you're a fucking loon. That'll never happen." And I was like, "Yeah, this country had punch-ups for toilet roll. Right? I'm pretty sure that as soon as Boris goes on TV and goes, 'Don't panic buy food,' it's going to cause a fucking miniature zombie apocalypse, babe. And I'm not queuing up for fucking weeks for my chicken portion."
I remember
tin food can last for 20 years.
I remember when Mosley first came on the show, he said one of the main things to trade would be like paracetamol.
Yeah.
He said
loads of it. First aid kits, lighters, got 150
fresh water.
Yeah, fresh water or a water purifier.
Tell you what, I've worked in countries
like
where
everyone should have a military grade food water purifier. Everyone should have one of them in their little kit. Yeah.
I've been in countries where supply is an issue. Cuba, communist country, couldn't get potato anywhere. I nearly went out of my head after 2 months of no potato. Like Eastern Congo, I was there in the middle of the Ebola outbreak. Nothing was getting in or out. I lived off like army ration packs that were just available to me. I was fine. But you need to get at least, if you're watching this is just a personal note from me to you, get about a month to 2 months worth of long store food. Meat, fish, vegetables, most importantly vegetables and fruit, tinned fruit. Spend a bit of money now, and if you don't need it, oh well, you've inflation proofed it anyway because it'll cost you double in a year to buy it. So it's a fucking win-win. Go out there and get, and your man's right, paracetamol. Ibuprofen, medicine, paracetamol, first aid kits. This shit's going to become increasingly rare. The supply chain clown fuck has already got an erection and it's coming for your asshole.
Yeah.
So get ready for it.
So I'd just like to, the next slide. Oh, we've got a little echo there. The next slide is basically for anyone that's blaming the current petrol prices on Brexit. I would produce them this.
Oh, I'm pleased you've got this, Lance. Well done.
Yeah, well, this took 10 seconds.
Yeah.
It took 10 seconds.
Yeah.
Look at the prices of petrol in Spain, France, and Italy. They're all exactly the same. In US dollars, yeah, so they're basically the same as here. But maybe they're £1.80, £1.90. You could do this, yeah. And people, because someone was going about, they went to Malta or Guernsey or somewhere like that, and petrol was still £1.25, and they're going, look, Brexit, and for one, that's a tax haven, right? That's why when you live there, you have to be stinking rich, or you end up being very poor. Everything there costs dough. Yeah. Like a packet of cigarettes is £20. I don't know how much is 20. It's 20 fags, £20 now.
Yes,
I don't know.
All right, then fags there are
that.
30 quid. You know, because it's a tax haven, you can get absolutely stung on some things, but petrol isn't one of them. Anywhere else in Euroland, it's all the same.
Yep.
Yeah, if you want to go to a semi-developed country, then you're going to have the benefits of not paying the rates and the duty and the fees and everything.
Well, like Texas, you mean?
Oh, look at that.
Texas is well cheap.
Got a crossbow. Good man. And salt. And sugar. Well done.
Yeah, salt's a good one. Because you can store food with that. You know, you can dry food out using the salt.
Don't rely on the fridge freezer, guys.
Yeah, absolutely not.
Yeah, we'll be soon. That's like South Africa.
Don't rely on electricity. I think that's one of the biggest keys. Is don't rely on what they supply us. Don't be standing there with your hand out. You know, stand there up on your own feet.
Yeah.
Or squat like that lady's doing.
And when I first saw this slide on the right, I thought, what is this? Is this like squat to get some social credit score points or whatever? But apparently, in Romania, at this bus station, to get your bus ticket, you have to do 20 squats.
What?
And you get a bus ticket for free. But disabled and elderly people obviously get a free ticket. I don't know how I feel about that.
That much of a fucking poor loser that you've got a squat for a bus fare.
But wait a minute. What about if there's a queue of people and the bus turns up? Well, everyone has to. You have to wait for all these people in front of you to do 20 squats. How does that work? I would pay to not have to squat if it had to be quick.
Carl's tipped on something there, right? It is identifying people who are poor to the people who aren't poor. So it's another way of separating slyly.
Because if you've got money and you can't be bothered to do the squats, or you're just lazy. I mean, personally, I would just do the squats unless there's a queue. I don't know. Would I feel demeaned? Drop and give me 20 press up. You would do the squats?
No, I'd feel demeaned. Because you know someone would be watching you. Well, firstly, I wouldn't get on a bus. Right? It'd be disgusting. Secondly, they're full of fucking mouth breathing.
Or are they saying here that this is the only way to get on? You can't pay. No, obviously, disabled elderly can get on for free.
Fucking scheme masquerading as it's good for you, it's healthy. Project.
Are they? It's just occurred to me.
This is fuck.
Are they trying to raise the heartbeats of the jabs?
Maybe
there is a man in that little box masturbating.
Do you know what it could be? This could be one of the tasks that humans have to do to get their payment, like that chip we saw, Lance.
So what you're saying is the biometric data that the camera would be measuring from your squat, they'd actually be farming some cryptocurrency off that, be going to Bill Gates.
Or something, yeah, exactly. Something like that. There'll be something, I reckon this is maybe a test bed for how obedient people can be for those tasks that they're going to be set.
You'd definitely be training Al Gore in some way to be better at recognising human movements or to know more about the posture. They're not just, let's face it, that algorithm doesn't want you to be healthy.
No.
Maybe they're trying to raise. Maybe they're trying to raise the heartbeat of the people who've been to the Britney Spears concert.
If it detects if you've got the full Britney Spears upgrade and you've got the Ike protein coursing through your veins, it knows exactly how many squats are needed just to keep you on the edge all the time. Oh my god!
That logo from Earthly Missions, surprising. It's a bit too WHO for my liking. I don't trust it.
It definitely looks like some sort of a subsidiary NGO.
Some Soystein sat behind that going, oh, they'll do that now. This is, no, you're right, not for me. Do not like it.
To every normie that calls you a tinfoil hatter for suggesting that they're going to put chips in us, I'll present the next slides. Nokia CEO says humans will be implanted with 6G chips, and he said it's by 2030. So yeah, we're going to skip 5G. We won't get this upgrade, but apparently we'll get 6G. Yeah,
then they can just turn off your chip.
Yeah, if you don't like it, just turn off your chip. Yeah. So yeah, you heard it here first. Here it is.
Decades when the financial system will collapse and currency will end up being reset globally. So this is all falling into the wider agenda.
Yeah, it's all the same. It's all the same thing. It's all being schwabbed together to this final plan. The final solution is when the whole of humanity will be schwabbed into one thing.
I'm loving the comments popping up. It's fucking just great.
They are brilliant. What was Alexander Snell saying? Have the Britneys already got the 6G chips? That's a very good point. Have they already had the 6G chips installed?
Biologically, yes. So
I would say so. Google CEO says America will be governed by robots. Eric Schmidt sounds like a Nazi, discusses his new book on artificial intelligence and reveals the future leftist utopia is a world where we're all slaves governed by machines. It looks like Eric Schmidt have a desire to govern through artificial intelligence. Not to be surprising, they can use machines to exert control over everyone with plausible deniability. I would say they're already doing that. That's already happened. Artificial
the AI courts in China already.
AI is already probably writing half of our news stories. Yeah, this has already happened. This is old news. God.
Oh, the irony of this.
The irony. Britney Spears went to her own concert and then ended up, sadly for the baby, having a miscarriage. No. Yeah. We've all seen the banned articles of the data showing a huge spike in stillborns and miscarriages
since she went on tour.
Post Britney Spears world tour, the greatest world tour of all time.
Are they readily available yet, or have they been shit all over and hidden?
What the
documents from old Pfizer? I think they're available, aren't they?
They're basically. I don't know if we're to believe what we see.
Interested in this, I really don't understand. I don't get it. You'd think that these
people won't read them.
Stillborns would be fucking.
They won't read them.
You think that would be enough, wouldn't you? Dead babies. I mean, what more did it goes to prove? I've got a couple of staunch Coviots in my family who I obviously don't speak to anymore. And I said to my aunt, and they're sort of like they've been sort of coercing my auntie. She's about to go to the 4th concert, and I said to my auntie, she's 82 years old, she's still healthy, and I said, and I keep showing her all these facts and figures. She goes, well, I've had 4 be all right. I said, well, Russian roulette is safe and effective 5 out of 6 times. I said, how many more do you want? And
this is what I said to her. A yearly thing. Do you know what I mean?
This is what I said to her. I said, her son and daughter are the ones that are coercing her. And I said, I'm sorry to say that, I won't say their names, your son and daughter are so far gone, as are many people, that even if one of their children, their 20-something 2 young daughters, if one of those sadly killed over or was rendered infertile, I guarantee that they still wouldn't put 2 and 2 together, and they would still carry on saying, no, it's safe and effective, it's what we've got to do. As many people would. I'm not singling them out.
They're on the other timeline.
Yeah, they're on the other timeline. They are on the other timeline. They're on the opposing underverse reality, where we're nutters, who are definitely going to die at some point, and, they're doing what they're supposed to do. And I think that goes for millions of people in this country. Even if a member of their family suddenly, way before their time, kills over and dies of mystery, sudden coinciditis, it's still not enough.
No, they won't look into it, mate. Honestly, they won't. They're lazy and in denial, and even if they can see what's going on, they won't admit that they were wrong.
No.
To themselves, it's not regardless of anyone else.
20 years has been a massive fucking social engineering exercise, and the term programming and the Matrix and everything that Lance and the Rise Above team harp on about has a lot of depth and truth to it. Fuck. How did the memes become so serious?
We thought the memes were jokes until they became so serious. I'm conscious you've got to go in a minute. Last subject, or maybe one more, two more.
Yeah, go.
Who could have possibly predicted this? Think very carefully before going on strike. This is the Greta reset. It's not the 1970s. The picket line is exactly where they want you. So obviously here I'm talking to the rail workers because this, the rail workers are striking again. It's the 1970s all over again, up the unions, whatever. But it's not the 1970s because look, every railway ticket office in England is going to close under new plans. Guess why? Because it's going to be done by a machine. Yeah. People don't realise that there have been driverless trains on certain lines in the UK since the late 1980s.
The late 1980s.
DLR in London, the most effective and safe and on time railway system in the whole of Europe for many years in a row. Driverless. I know because it had a stop in my university. So don't think that driverless trains and buses, they're not just ready to go. That's been ready to go for decades.
And active.
Yeah. So basically what I'm saying here is, to all of you public sector, whether it's transport, whatever it is, if it can be automised, think very carefully before you go and put your job on the line by standing behind a picket line, because that's exactly where they want you to be. When you realise what's happening, you'll probably want your old job back and you'd accept a pay cut, because the other option will be UBI, Universal Basic Income. Yeah.
Look at the, unexpected item in the bagging area. Oh, I know you get a lot. Like one girl can manage 10 checkouts. Why the fuck do they need 10 people working 10 checkouts?
Yeah, I made one of those little rant videos on my phone in Asda when the first day when they installed all the new automated tills. First they had 6 and then they had 25 after one day. And there was one woman who was training the other people, and I made a video and I said, yeah, see this woman here, she's training these people that are about to get sacked. She's training them how to use the machine that's going to replace them. Yep. 2 weeks later, she came up to me and had a right go at me and said, I can't believe you made the video. I actually just told her to fuck off, walked away. But then I went back a couple of months later and all of the people had been sacked apart from her. And it was her and one other person in front of 20 machines. I walked past and I said, oh, are you still here? And she looked at me and she goes, I said, what are you looking at? I said, I was right, wasn't I? I said, you're just still here. I said, look at where all your colleagues have gone. They're not here anymore, are they? I said, I was right, wasn't I? And she just looked at me, ashen-faced. Sorry, it's not my fault, right?
Yeah.
I'm surprised she didn't call security, mate.
She goes, well, don't shop here anymore. It's like, sorry, you're a checkout lady. You can't tell me not to shop here anymore just because I told the truth.
She's definitely very likely to die of an uncommon event.
Oh yeah, by the way, she's still wearing a mask. This woman. So it goes over her nose. It comes right under. She puts it underneath her glasses.
Does anyone else in the group chat, before I fuck off and do the last few memes with Lance, does anybody else lean out of their window when they see people with a mask and shout something? I do it all the time in London. If I see someone, I go, "Oh, mask!" as I drive past them, or "Mask wanker," or just tell me it's not just me. Please carry on.
Anyone else in the live chat that you shout at mask wankers?
If you don't, I encourage you to do it. Actively engage in your local community.
Yeah, you've got to play. You've got to be a pillar of the community and set the example for other people. Absolutely. So, all right, mate. Well, it's 11 o'clock, so we've had a good 2 hours out of you, mate. Thank you very much once again for coming on, Kyle. It's been awesome.
Yeah, it's been a laugh going over the memes. Thank you very much.
Oh, I prepared this one especially with you in mind. I know how much you like taking the piss out of some of these subjects.
It's nice to chat about clown world from time to time.
Yeah. You know, you don't have to. We don't have to go so esoteric and deep every week. It's sometimes nice to have a
very important to have the humour.
Absolutely.
Look,
and that's why I mix it up.
I would always yell something at the testing station workers. Yes, been doing it since the get-go. Oh, fucking hell, this fills me with joy. A profound sense of joy. But yeah, just remember, folks, before I bugger off, if it's absolutely absurd, completely ridiculous, beyond measurably retarded, it's real.
I think that's the Kyle Greaves measuring stick, yeah.
That's me signing off.
That's brilliant.
Kyle, did I hear that you're coming to Raw Treat possibly?
Yes.
Oh, I love it.
Awesome. So yeah, we can confirm that Kyle Greaves will be there, cracking jokes. At Raw
Yeah.
Treat. Carl, it's been a pleasure,
I haven't
mate.
had much of a time to do it tonight. I've got no material. I haven't written anything good in a while, but I'll get onto it. So I'll see you boys soon. Lots of love.
All right.
Great chance.
Thank you very much, mate. Rise above.
Thanks, guys. Much enjoyed. See you
Right,
again.
see you soon.
Rise above, generate, rise above, extinguish fear, rise above, abstract.
Always good to have a bit of Carl Greaves. Mix it up a little bit.
He's a funny man, isn't he?
He's a funny man. So, yeah, we're 2 hours in. I said we'll do a 4-hour show tonight, not a long one. Omer Beats, you ready to spin some tunes? All right, run the track.
A new age has begun. An age of freedom.
So the spirits come along and they say to me, you have to go into the jungle and you're going to drink ayahuasca. So I went into the jungle, I found a shaman, and I drank ayahuasca. And during that first ceremony, I found my apprenticeship.
As we tear down Babylon, brick by brick, piece by piece, crush them to smithereens. Over beats, double L.
I came to this jungle looking for the shaman, to learn knowledge, to get trained. I got questions, need explaining. Who manifests these spells we are making? Talk for days, no word spoken. The third eye's wide open. My 7 chakras awoken. Then the Babylon spell was broken. Come to the jungle, now I'm the shaman. Draw for the power of thunder, raven. It's no mortal combat. I won't draw for souls, I'm not on that. Why? The vibration's high. Can't test I and I speak to the Buddha and Rastafari. When we chat to the prophet, he tell no lie.
You with the shame, I smoke with the Rasta. Learn from the prophet, teach the pastor. They gon' stop the same master. Too many questions, one answer. You with the shame, I smoke with the Rasta. Learn from the prophet, teach the pastor. They gon' stop the same master. Too many questions, one answer.
Deep in the jungle, knees in the dirt, next to the tribal leader. Speaking the words of the healer, I'm feeding the words. Seeking the teacher vine, mimosa creeper, NAOI inhibitor. Elio vine can't mimic us, safe for mixtures, boiled in vinegar. Recipe taught by ancient visitor. Feet on the ground, I feel like I'm slipping away. When my eyes look through to the clearing, the sun beats down and my face is burning. What's that in my peripheral hearing? Ingesting the chemical gateway, exiting the physical plane, inspecting the neural pathway, assessing the spiritual pain.
You with the shame, I smoke with the Rasta. Learn from the prophet, teach the pastor. They gon' stop the same master. Too many questions, one answer. You with the shame, I smoke with the Rasta. Learn from the prophet, teach the pastor. They gon' stop the same master. Too many questions, one answer.
Now, it's no joke to drink ayahuasca.
Ayahuasca, alright, boga. One dose, game over. Heart of the forest, chilling with the elders, learning customs of ancient cultures. Shamanic technology. We fulfill the prophecy. No word describe this logically. Close both eyes, you might see properly. Wait, can you feel it? Hold it in before you release it. You got the key to revealing the secret. They tried hard to conceal it. Wait. How you feeling? Is it illusion? Is it the real thing? Seeing isn't always believing, hallucinating or lucid dreaming.
You with the shame, I smoke with the Rasta. Learn from the prophet, teach the pastor. They gon' stop the same master. Too many questions, one answer. You with the shame, I smoke with the Rasta. Learn from the prophet, teach the pastor. They gon' stop the same master. Too many questions, one answer.
good to have you back. Welcome to the show, mate.
Yeah, how's it going? Obviously, first of all, before I start, obviously I oppose to this, and I will try my best to oppose to this, but at the same time, we've got to sort of think about what's going to happen if it does happen.
Sure.
Basically, we're obviously just not talking about digital currency here. We're talking about a digital revolution.
Okay.
We're talking about AI taking over a lot of the basic jobs. Obviously, supermarkets being run without employees. You see some of them in service stations. There's like one employee in them. They say, "Oh, it's a employeeless supermarket. You just serve yourself and go around." We've got to think about this. A lot of people are going to be losing their jobs in this process, and they're obviously going to. Obviously, I'm preaching to the choir a bit here, but they're going to be bringing in a universal basic income for these people. Hopefully not, but they may even bring in the carbon credits with it as well.
Well, I think it's all going to be laced together, isn't it? It's all going to be schwabbed into one.
It's going to be all infiltrated and implemented into one go. But what you got to think about is obviously how far they got so far. The first thing they got to do is cause massive inflation, which they're doing at a rate of between 8 and 10% a year. As an example, if you had 200,000 in 22, by 2032, it'd be worth $4,000 of today's money with the current rate of inflation.
Whoa! Hold on, £200,000 in 2022.
So if you had £200,000 in your bank in 2022, that's your savings, and you've got that there ready to retire. By 2032, at this rate of inflation, it's going to be worth £4,000 of today's money.
Whoa! Let me get
that is a big drop.
Yeah.
Let's get
Bang, bang! Come out of your holes, you cowardly wabbit!
See, I've heard as well from somebody who knows about finances and stuff like that. It's not my dad. He says that banks only insure up to £75,000 of your money in the UK. So if you've got 200 grand in there, and someone just decides to schwab 125 off you, you're only if they schwab the whole lot, then you're only going to get 75,000 back.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
That's why it's good to have your money spread over multiple bank accounts.
You're an errant, which means you're a problem.
And not necessarily bank accounts, cash. It's not always good to be have cash assets. It's better to have sort of tangible assets like businesses or property or even just running small online businesses and having your money in there, because when obviously this will crash, and when it does crash, there's a high chance if you've got 40, 50 grand in your bank, they're going to say, tough, here's your digital currency and you're starting with 10 grand. That's it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, what are you going to do?
Well, that's the thing. Even right, I'm going to say this: when it crashes, if you had a massive stack of cash in your hand that was your world savings, you'd be in a better position than it was in the bank. Because in the bank, you've got to go and exit it from the bank, and secondly, when it's in the bank, it's not even physical cash, because you don't know how much the bank has got there. It's literally numbers on a screen.
Yeah. So if every citizen, say we didn't have overdrafts, if every citizen went in tomorrow and draw every single penny they had out of the bank, who wasn't in debt, it would crash completely, because they haven't. It's not in circulation.
Yeah, this is what we were talking about earlier, because they haven't printed enough fake money for it to go around. Same as the gold, it's not backed by anything. So if everyone wanted to trade in for gold, there's not enough to go around.
Well, the word cash actually derived from the saying "cash" as in worthless. Which is
interesting.
We used the word cash for notes originally, and then money was coins, which was gold and silver coins. So when we introduced cash, we were introducing notes, and obviously on the back of the notes, it doesn't hold a value. It just says, "I promise to pay you in the future. I promise to pay the bearer of this note the sum of £20 on demand when they ask for it in the future."
Yeah, it's a promise.
It's just a promise. Yeah, obviously I'm preaching to the choir a bit, but going back to the inflation rate, like I said, if you had 200 grand, it would in 10 years be worth £4,000 of today's money. And I was saying, how far have they got down the line into introducing this? So the first thing they had to do was transfer their wealth, which obviously we know they did in the pandemic. That's why they used it as a double to depopulate the nation, because we can't have everybody on universal basic income. The system wouldn't work. So we need to depopulate it first a little bit. And also, they've now transferred themselves from millionaires to billionaires. So when this inflation does happen, they've already got their money in proportion to the inflation. So So they're going to go back to where they are now. They're still going to be worth that much in 10 years' time because their billions is going to be worth millions.
So they're still going to have the non-peasantry status.
So that's why they use this pandemic as a transfer as well as laundering money out the NHS through these medical contracts. And we all know, like, some of them were registered to like hotel rooms in China and stuff like that. That's the first thing that they needed to do before they started doing this. And then with the rate of inflation, they're just going to go back to millionaires. What are millionaires today in 10 years' time? Obviously, after the depopulation, you've got to think they now can afford to split up the universal basic income for the people whose jobs have been replaced by digital AI or artificial AI. Even the self-service tools, obviously, is a prime example of just the first steps. So now you've got to think, how are you going to earn money so you're not just on this universal basic income? You're going to have to learn the digital industry. You're going to have to learn how to make money online. These 9 till 5 jobs now and these like basic skill jobs are going to be replaced. Even nurses may be even replaced, like at bedtimes. They've already started developing robots.
Shortly after we made a meme about it in late 2020, mate, we said, soon you'll have like Schwabian, like crypto nurses or whatever. And then, lo and behold, a couple of weeks later, it came out.
Yeah.
Soon AI-run robots will replace nurses.
Yeah, so we need to have an understanding of the digital world now. And like you said, the cryptocurrency is definitely a good one for several reasons. One, if you get the ones that aren't backed, that are decentralized, and you're putting money into them, you're supporting the decentralized crypto, which is obviously going to help when they bring into the digital currency. You've got something which will compete against it. But also, we've got to sort of have a better understanding of how to make money online, which is what I've been basically learning over the last sort of year. Obviously, like there's even companies that just pay you to word process for them, where you just get a hand of voice notes. They pay you $200 just to do 2,000 word processing.
So is that like a job that at the moment they can't get Al Gore to do? Is that why they were paying people to do it? Because surely if they could get Al Gore to do it, he would already be doing it.
Well, the thing is, if for it to work, you'd have to program your voice in. So before you could do that, you would have to go read literally every word in the dictionary.
Oh, right. So you're actually training the voice recognition, essentially, right?
Because of the pronunciation of everybody's vocabulary is different, you couldn't physically do it without programming your own voice in. So they do exist, but you have to read the dictionary, and sometimes you have to read the words 5 times over to program your voice into the algorithm for it to work like that. So there's still jobs out there where they're just recording voice notes, they're sending you the voice notes, and you get paid $200 just to type.
Here's the thing, because I've seen TikTok videos about this. It's like, you want a side hustle? Type this into here and go on to the, and it's basically you're sort of like doing the human element of some sort of data farming or processing.
Well, we all know that we're enslaving ourselves. That's just another part of it, isn't it?
Yeah, but these ones you can sort of do at home. So some of them, like I won't
enslave yourself
work from home. Yeah.
But you're sort of doing them in 20, 30 minutes. Some of these jobs. Some of them are like they do the audio books for Kindle. They pay you $500 to do an audio book for them. You just read a kid's book. Anyone who's got any music background or any acting background can just apply for it straight away. They just speak a few words.
Hey,
and they're like,
listen, this is a very good point. Like you're saying, this is a way of like we might joke about this, but like this is actually a way of not being redundant.
Yeah.
If they have technology ready to go that's going to replace most manual workers, both unskilled and skilled, let alone that, nurses, doctors, they basically already replaced a whole team of doctors with one person on the phone looking at Google symptoms.
Yeah.
Literally.
Yeah. Like you've got to also look into the fact that high street shops are going to shut.
Most of them are, aren't they?
Yeah, we've got digital restaurants already opening. I think there's a digital takeaway pizza in Southampton now, where it's just like a metal container, and you put money in, and it's like a vending machine of pizzas.
Yeah, they started this in Japan a while ago. I think the first one was a salad restaurant. You go in, there's no staff in there at all. It's just robots that make you fucking salad. And someone in the chat here is just So I can't remember who it
I
was.
must say,
saw it a
Richard,
minute
like,
ago.
you've straight away, you've actually gone a lot deeper than I thought you would. Like, you've really fucking thought about this, mate. This is very good, I must say.
Matt Jones has said in the chat, people will always need a carpenter. Well, I've seen videos of robots building a fucking drywall already. So they've already got robots to build
They've
shit.
already got this stuff in, and these
They work 24/7. Don't need feeding. Don't need breaks.
Surely there'll be a 3D printer that's got some sort of like liquidized wood pulp that you can just spray into whatever shape you need. That's already probably ready to go, isn't it?
Yeah, it's and they were already talking about police replacing the police with robots. So
Well, they've got these robot police dogs already, haven't they?
In more compliant places, say like very affluent places in Asia, like Singapore, where people would actually comply to a police robot dog. You think a police robot dog would work in England? People would just kick it over. They wouldn't care if they ended up getting arrested the next week. They just kick the shit out of the robot dog. In very civilized places,
Wouldn't do well for your social credit score, though, would it?
Fucking
social credit score mush.
There's always going to be an opposition, but we've also got to feed the transfer between the two. Like, we've got to think about what's going to happen between the life we're living now and the transfer into this digital currency, and how long it's going to be. Because it could just be days. It could just be you've woken up in the morning, your banks are all shut, and by the way, you got food things coming around for a week, and the digital currency will be up and running next week. It could just be that, but it could be months before.
I reckon the digital currency or the CBDC will definitely be introduced as some sort of like saviour when everyone's on their knees. That's the most likely scenario.
That's what I was going to talk about next, is how you're going to get most people to agree to it, and you're going to make them beg for it. That's what you're going to do, and that's what they are doing. You're bringing the working class, you're bringing the small businessmen bankrupt, you're bringing the working class even further down. They're losing their jobs, they're going on universal credit, and you're going to put them in crippling debt. And what you're going to do is you're going to offer them an incentive. You're going to offer them 5k of this new digital credit, so they're begging for this. They're going to wipe off your debt, and you're going to get 5k, and they're all going to take it. But you've got to remember that at this point, the majority of the population are going to be in this situation. And it's only
because
when
if you've been made redundant and then you've gone on to what at this time is benefits or whatever, and then that gets transitioned to UBI.
Yeah.
By that time, if you haven't already invested or got part of a black market, you're basically screwed.
Yeah. And what is the other problem is, obviously the biggest con in life is to get one profession, go to college, go to university, go and study to be an accountant, and that's your career. But one stream of income is definitely not enough now. It is definitely not going to be enough in 5 to 6 years. You're going to need at least 4 streams of income. What I've managed to realise in the last few months is you can actually make it work in your favour. I've managed to free up a lot of my time, and some of these only take an hour a day to earn money from. And out of these 4 incomes, I'm matching like days' wages and exceeding them.
Yeah. Well, I've always said that for a while. If anyone's complaining about what's happening, about their expendable income going down, if you haven't already invested or thought about a side hustle, like why the fuck are you even complaining? You should only be complaining once you've tried 2 or 3 side hustles and they haven't worked. Then you've got right to complain. No one that's been relying on their single revenue stream that worked in the last generation, the last epoch of existence, should be complaining about what's happening.
Well, look what they did in 2020. They just basically shut everything down.
Well,
what did I say when they give you lemons, comrade?
Yeah, make anti-caveat lemonade. Not to be confused with anti-caveat.
we got to understand what makes you free, and one of the answers, obviously, is if you were a millionaire, you would be free. If you can wander anywhere and get whatever you want and go here and there and everywhere and not have to worry about what's in your bank, technically you're free. And to be a millionaire, you need at least 7 streams of income. And now, if you think 1 in 9 businesses fail, that means you've got to try 63 businesses before you become a millionaire to make you free.
Wow.
Just to put that kind of stuff into perspective. So you need to be trying all these areas. You need to be failing. You need to find the ones that are right for you. And you need to be pushing them. And I found a couple that are right for me. And, well, in December alone, I think we made just under 15 grand gross on one of these online businesses. So
that's brilliant, mate. That's really, really good.
You can make it work for you. You can make it a lot easier. And your whole life, suddenly you've got time to go on holidays. You can run these businesses off your phone, off a laptop. And I know you shouldn't be too addicted to your mobile phones. You should still go out. You should still obviously spend time in nature. But the fact is, it's actually making your life a lot simpler. And by making your life simpler, your mental health's getting better. You're resonating on a higher frequency. You're not anxious about where your next thing, like bill's going to be paid, or when your next.
That's really the aim of the game, isn't it? At the end of the game, the first way to free ourselves is to free ourselves of worrying about if the next paycheck is going to cover the next bill.
Yeah,
you know, and I've worked very hard, and I'm lucky that spitting on the mic pays pretty well, and I've sort of because of that freedom of not sort of living paycheck to paycheck and having some extra money to invest, for instance, to get this off the ground before we sold a single T-shirt. With that would have never been able to happen for me if I wasn't able to have that expendable income to invest. So what you're saying is very important. You're talking about harnessing the digital technology and the ease to be able to earn wherever you are with a small device, with the aim to free up your time.
Yeah.
So then, because let's all get it right, mate. You're not like like a techno geek. You're quite a spiritual person, man. Obviously, you've been in the freedom movement, all the protests and stuff.
Yeah.
But what you're saying, it might be quite controversial to some people. I'm not going to lie. I've seen a couple of the comments. They're like, "No, put down the digital. This is a trap. What's he talking about?"
They say that, but you don't understand. My end plan is obviously people saying something's going to happen in March. I don't think it's going to happen until about 2026. And by 2026, I want my own bit of land. I want to be off grid. I want the people that mean the most to me to be able to come there when the stuff goes wrong. Look, come and self-sustain yourself on my land. And I can make the money from the digital world without having to be a part of it. And you can do that.
I like the sound of that.
And if these people want to be a part of the digital world and they want to waste their money in the metaverse, let them. Just make the money
sure. Yeah, they can do that. They can feed that if they want.
Go buy a bottle of Prime for 15 quid, you fucking idiots. I don't like. But if someone could, like, people will be going, oh yeah, Prime this, Prime that. I hate the drink. I don't condone it whatsoever. But I do know 2 local businesses that said they would have gone bust if they went for that drink. Overlooked.
Yeah, I mentioned that earlier on. It was you that told me that, right?
Yeah, and they said Prime saved them, and now one of them's even moving into a bigger shop, and they said that's just the sales of that Prime that's done that. So if these idiots want to do it, and they want to be a part of the digital world, and they want to do this and spend this and do that, let them do it. And if we can make our lives easier by making a profit off these idiots that don't listen to what we're saying.
That's like being a 90s rapper. You can deal drugs, but don't take them yourself. Not like these rappers nowadays that are just popping Xanax all the time, not even selling anything and getting fucked up.
But I spent 3 years red pilling these people. I spent 3 years reaching out to these people. They don't want to know. They're happy in their little bubbles. They're happy and they're like poisoning themselves and doing this and doing that. And if that local businessman wants to survive by selling Prime, let him do it. And if I want to earn money off the digital world without actually really being a part of it, I haven't got any accounts in any of the digital world. I don't really run social media or anything that much. I'm just there to make a bit of money and get back out and get back to my life. And some of these, you're talking, it takes an hour of my day, and I'm making 200 quid. Some mornings I'm waking up, looking at the app on my phone, and in December especially, we were 500 quid up. I was just like, what the fuck? So I don't need to do anything now for the rest of the day. The day is mine. I can go out. I can go here. We go out for lunch, or we go for a walk. Or go to.
When I was traveling at Southeast Asia, or living there and going around a little bit, I met many of these digital nomad people. I met one guy on the boat party that I was running. I was doing the security, doing the drinking games. I was selling the tickets. We were running this boat party, and I was chatting to everyone. I got to know everyone. These 2 guys from New Zealand. I was like, "What do you do then?" Because he showed me a picture of his car back then, and he had some like really sick Audi, and I was young at the time. I was like, wow, that's a nice car. What do you do? He's like, I've got this online business. I sell these dildos. I was like, what? And he's like, yeah, I sell these, and I've got these penis pumps and stuff. And I was like, are you fucking serious, mate? This sounds like a bullshit story to me. And he was, I chatted to him. He was serious. He had an online business, and he sold some absolute shit. But he's like, I spend a few hours on the laptop every now and then. He's ticking away, and he goes, and I was like, what? So you're just out here on holidays? Like, no. I've been around I've been doing this for a few years. So I was like, what do you mean doing it? He's like, just traveling around the world, going on my laptop a few hours every week. And I was like, wow, That sounds like you've cracked it, mate. Yeah, actually, I don't care what anyone says. That sounds like you've cracked it.
Yeah, and it's absolutely crazy, and it's not like you're going to be a millionaire, and you do have to put a bit of work in to set it up. But once you get your head around it, and it's just like a few hours a day, and these things are just making money for you. And then you've got the freedom to teach yourself new skills. Like, I'd love to be able to learn how to completely self-sustain myself, like, and live off the land. But I can still just pop in, make a bit of money from this digital world, and hop back out once I'm finished. And if I can make a day's wages in 2 hours from it, and then
have you been dealing in crypto?
Basically, I've been looking more and more into it. I've been skimming, like, just obviously like making like $480 a week. But I have recently been putting 10% of my digital disposable income each month and splitting it in between crypto. But again, with the crypto, you don't know who's behind them.
Okay.
Which is so I invested 10% of my disposable income, and I'm splitting it between 3 or 4 different currencies and just letting it build up, because you want to have your eggs in lots of different baskets. We don't know what the effect is when this happens. And like I said, we don't know what's going to happen in the transfer. So I've even stocked up on organic vegetable seeds and stuff.
Wow. Okay.
Like, I'm not that's if in between we're going to go for a temporary dark age, whether it happens for days or months, we don't know. But what we might be able to do is see it come in, and we could self-sustain ourselves quickly, or that could be a currency temporarily in between.
Yeah, absolutely. I think Master Lee was talking about that before. He was saying like seeds and paracetamols and like aspirin would be a good currency. Batteries, AA batteries.
I'm going down more the organic route. The other thing I've looked at is one of those hickory batteries with the solar panels. We did a freedom party on Brighton Beach, and one of the DJs had one, and it lasted for the whole day. It did like 3 band sets and 2 DJ sets, so it lasted.
What kind of battery is this?
It's a hickory. It's called a hickory battery. There's the decent ones are £1,600, and they got 4 fold-out solar panels, and they got like 3 or 4 main sockets on the front.
Wow! I hope you're listening to this, Omer Beach.
So I'm thinking I'm going to invest in one of them, because I run my business out of one room. So even during the peak hours now, I'm going to plug my main socket into that, because it runs off my whole room. So I'm not even going to be using the grid's electricity. I'm going to be using.
So you just place the solar panels outside?
You place the solar panels outside, and you can charge the battery up. You get hours of just laptop.
Even in the UK with our shitty sun, it's viable.
Yeah. We ran it for hours on Brighton seafront, and I think that was in April as well.
Wow.
Yeah, we had a full boat set up down there and everything.
So, right, Richard, you've talked about not putting all your eggs in one basket, and you've talked about dipping into the digital world.
Yeah.
Have you invested or dipped into the physical assets world, i.e., precious metals? Because that is, I'm very conscious we haven't talked about this yet tonight, and it needs to be addressed, because I want to talk about it.
So there's 2 ways you can do that. Obviously, you can do it through like Forex trading. And you can invest in the actual market itself, which can be handy for short-term gains, especially if you understand the graphs and stuff like that. But you can't go wrong with platinum, silver, or gold in the long run.
Yes.
End of story. And this is where I want to go, but I've only just tapped into the research. And when you see the adverts for a block of gold and the grams of gold, and you look at today's marketplace, it's way out. And you've got to find yourself a solid sort of source that's actually doing it for the rate of the day, and then it's not just on an advert on the internet.
I can talk about that, because I've found a couple.
Yeah, well, definitely send me the links after the show, please.
I mean, well, this for me, this all started in roughly 2018 when I first had the notion of a financial reset, and all my research was starting to culminate in the fact that it was going to end. And I had some whispered, and it's when I first started to invest in crypto and in physical silver and gold. Now, when I first invested in the first piece of physical gold that I bought, I was very skeptical about it, and I wanted it all to be quite clandestine. And I actually went to a physical coin dealer that was around here in a shop, and I phoned him up and I was like, have you got any? And this was when there was starting to be talks about another financial crash, exactly 10 years after 2008, obviously. And he's like, yeah, I've just got 20 sovereigns in, but someone's coming in to buy them. And at the time, I think they were just over £300 each. And bear in mind, it's exactly the same size as the 1p, maybe even slightly smaller. And I was like, right, I'll take the lot. And he's like, oh, someone's coming in to buy him. He's gonna offer 320. So it was already like that. This was, you know, it was already difficult to buy them.
Yeah.
And I was like, I don't want this to be recorded, and I want to pay for them with cash. So anyway, I got there and I ended up buying 9 of them. I've still got them. Now those sovereigns that I bought in the first 9 that I bought in 2018 for £304 or £309 each, something like that. I believe now they're worth about £350 to £360 each.
Yeah.
At today's price. And we're talking not a vintage sovereign, a fresh one, Richard. So it hasn't got any vintage value. Just basically the piece of metal with the cost of the minting. So those first 9 I bought, that was already a good investment. Now, obviously gold is the main one that everyone talks about, right?
Yeah.
But silver is also very important as well.
Well, that's what they need for their Schwab tech.
Yeah, because a lot of the Schwab tech coming up and a lot of the green tech that's going to go with the green agenda is based actually on silver. And as far as I know, silver is super duper underpriced. I think, you know, it's worth a fraction of gold, and it mirrors gold a bit like Bitcoin and Litecoin like this. So I started investing in silver as well. But what I very quickly found out was, I think that, in my opinion, it's okay to buy them from the top vendors on the internet. I buy it from goldbank.co.uk. There's VAT. There's VAT on one and there's VAT not on the other. I can't remember whether it's gold or silver, but it comes all safe, insured. You can buy it in either coins, like the silver coins start at like £20 or £30. You can buy it up to kilograms
in a bar.
But like what we were saying earlier on, if it is a financial crash and you've got a kilogram of silver or some kilograms of silver, or say like a big inglet of gold, what are you going to do? You're going to take a hot knife to it and start chopping it up. No. So what I did is I invested in a plethora of different products, from the smallest denomination to denominations worth £20-30, right up. I did buy 1 kilogram of silver. I think when I bought it, it was £750 when I bought it. Now it's worth about 900. So for me, it was about splitting. I started to split my portfolio across crypto and the physical ones. So I wanted to go digital and physical. And now when I say I bought them, I don't mean I bought the stocks. I mean I physically own them.
Yeah.
For me, that was very important, because when this all comes crashing down, the first thing to do, can anyone get any cash? Yeah, you can get some cash. Oh shit, the value of cash is going through the floor. This bag of cash, that's only worth £5. What, you want this bottle of water?
Yeah,
that costs 3 bags of cash.
You think how much a bottle of Prime is going to be worth then?
Bottle of Prime, give me 2 metric tons of cash, you filthy peasant. I'll tell you what, so when cash is gone and that's all fucked, the next thing that people will start to trade in will be precious metals. I don't care what anyone says, this is a fact. Eddie Demondi says VAT on silver, no VAT on gold. But the answer is that it's not difficult to buy them. You can buy this online from very reputable sources, and you can start to actually, in my opinion, and this is I don't really give advice. I just tell people what I've done. They can follow me if they want. I think that's a good way to protect your assets, because when it all comes crashing down, in my opinion, the value of those precious metals will actually go up. Just like in certain places where the currency crashes. I think there was a couple of places in Africa where they went up to like trillion, $10 trillion for this, That's when their Bitcoin there was worth 40% more than the rest of the world, because they needed to use Bitcoin because their money was just stupid. So we need to be ready. Like you say, we need to preempt things, Richard, because when the fiat monetary system crashes, there will be stages. It won't be all one thing all at once.
Yeah, and this is what I'm saying. Like, especially with like half the people that claim that they're awakened and they're woke, they're like, oh yeah, I know what's coming, I know what this is, I know what that is. Guarantee when we get there, half of them aren't prepared for it. And they went, oh, if you've got all this knowledge, why aren't you using it to get ahead?
Yeah, we have to get ahead. I mean, listen, I was watching videos in 2015-16 of global elite bankers or people that work for the high level bank, and they were saying that people are already sowing diamonds and precious metals under their skin.
Yeah.
I mean, these high level people, I think you might have seen some of the, I think it was Project Camelot.
Well, they're schwabbing it into themselves.
So like, imagine if you were on the other side of the world and the global financial system goes down. So not only if you were one of them, imagine if you're one of them and you were in the wrong part of the world and it goes down. So not only any of the cash you've got on you is now worthless, someone has probably just grabbed all the jewelry off you and robbed you.
Yeah.
Your smartphone now doesn't work. You can't get to your crypto shekel account. So how are you going to get home? Well, if you've got $25,000 worth of diamonds just sewed just underneath your skin, and with a scalpel you can get them out, that's enough to get you home.
Cutting people open and all sorts.
Yeah.
I remember when I saw that, I was like, right, those people know. Watch what the enemy does. Imitate them, think like them, and anticipate them. Whoosh.
And I know a lot of people will be saying as well, I think I've seen a few, but a lot of people haven't got the income to start these and do this and do that. I started with £200 on crypto, and I started with £500 for this online business that I'm doing at the moment. But if not, you've got to remember knowledge is wealth as well. If you learn a lot about like alternative medicines or things like that, or like foraging and stuff, that knowledge is going to be wealth, because all these people with these master's degrees that are in their apartments in London, they're going to be coming to you because they're going to need to learn to adapt.
You think how profitable knowledge on growing your own food's going to be, or filtering your own water?
But listen, this doesn't have to be a financial thing. It can be a skills thing.
Yeah.
If you're a skilled tradesman and you've already built up a network of people that are relying on you to come and help them when something goes wrong in their house, their property, etc., then you've got your own microeconomy built for yourself. I said since day one, early in 2020, I said the first thing everyone needs to do when people were looking to me for some reason, for guidance, Lance, what do you reckon all this stuff with this thing is? I said, first things first, everyone needs to make a black market, because the effect of this, whatever the people's pandemic or the virus is, the economic backfall will be much, much worse, because that's what this is all about. And that's the first thing I ever said when anyone asked me in early 2020, back in March. I said, start a black market right now. Start it.
Yeah,
be thankful.
There's so many things as well. Obviously, networking. We need to network as much as possible as well. We need to understand what other people's skills are, what other people's plans are. Okay, are you doing that over there? Well, if I do this over here, we'll swap this for this, and we can build structures if you can do this. And so we do need to network as much as possible beforehand as well, because all this kind of stuff and knowing where to go if these things happen or who to go to is going to keep you one step ahead of the game as well. So if you know the person that's good at natural medicine, you know the person that's, I'm collecting this, or that person's got organic seeds because he's already told me he's collecting them, so we need some seeds for our crop, we're going to go there. So we need to do all of this really.
Well, mate, I think this is all round good advice, you know, and you're sort of conglomerating everything that a lot of our guests have said over the last 2 or 3 years, and now we could be potentially on the cusp of the event. It seems like in this year, this bankers' skull and bones year.
Not that we're trying to scare anyone. We're just thinking.
Hey, whatever happens this year, whether it's a proper super inflation event, whether they literally switch off the Rothschild system, whatever happens this year, there is going to be something that if you haven't done your due diligence, you haven't at least made some preparations, some countermeasures, you haven't at least had the thought about how to protect what you've already got. Imagine if you've got your house that you might be renting. If you're lucky enough, you might be on the property ladder, you've got a mortgage. You're really lucky, you might have paid it off. Do you know what? Those people that have paid off their mortgage, that have got the fucking nest egg in the bank, those are the ones that are most at risk.
Yeah.
That's the crazy thing right here. Yeah. No one is safe from what is coming. Those who are safest now are actually at most risk when this happens.
My mate, he's got a house in Spain. Right, he doesn't live there, but he's got a house in Spain that she rents out and goes on holiday there. He said that a few years, I can't remember exactly when this was, he said that the government, it didn't matter if you owned the property, rented the property, paid off the mortgage, whatever, the Spanish government just fucking charged through and started building a road through your fucking back garden.
Oh yeah, they'll do that in those countries.
Yeah. But you think they could easily do that here, just come and take your fucking house, take your land, whatever.
It used to happen here. Like back in the day, my granddad in Poole was quite an influential businessman, and he had a pub on Poole Quay, and just behind the pub, at one point, he had a row of terrace houses, like sort of 8 terrace houses, right? And Poole Council just walked up and said, you know what?
We're taking this.
We're taking these. We'll offer you. Do you know what they offered him?
Fuck all.
£54 a house.
Really?
So this would have been back in the 50s. No, 60s. This is
Which your house is still worth more than £54.
Do you know how much those houses are worth now?
About 300-400.
Try 7 or 8.
Well, there you go.
7 or 8, and then I'm talking 2 or 3 bedroom terrace houses. And it was, what was it called? Acquired acquisition. I don't know, something like that. Just a bylaw.
Yeah, so the government can just charge in and take your shit.
I'm not sure how much they can do that now, because you do see developments now.
Oh, what are people going to do? They haven't got any guns. How are you going to defend your shit?
We've got a shopping centre up here. Where is it? Knighton Way. And there's one house right in the middle of it. It's clear that they've built a whole shopping centre and all of the car park around it, because one guy stood his ground. He's like, I'm not selling up. And I'm trying to think the name of it. It's up past Wallisdown, that shop where TK Maxx is.
Okay,
there's one guy's house there, which has clearly been there since the 50s or 60s, and they've built a whole industrial shopping centre right around it because he didn't sell up. So obviously they don't have those powers anymore in this country, at least. But who knows when when our version of the Green New Deal, or however they wrap it up in what is proposed, because obviously we're talking about proposals here.
Yeah, don't forget as well, like they, what Rich was saying about, you know, you're going to beg for it. They need to plunge everyone into fucking poverty for you to beg for it.
Yeah,
so this is look at the cost of living crisis, the fuel prices, all of it is all designed to fuck you over, and it's not going to be it's not going to be overnight. It's going to be, you know, filtered down, trickled down, and then one day you're just going to be like, fuck, I can't afford to live where I am. I can't afford to drive my car.
Let's get back to harsh reality. If that is true, and the price of fuel, energy, food, basic amenities is going up, and let's be face it, there's nothing we can do about it, is there?
Apart from grow your own food.
Right. So what Rich is saying is, if there's nothing you can do about those increasing costs, then we have to adapt.
Yeah.
We're moving into a fourth industrial revolution, quasi-digital world.
And then you think, just before you go any further, and they're doing all this shit. I've heard about chickens, about owning your own chickens. Like they're coming after people who are having their own
bird flu. We'll give those chickens a pro-COVID reaction test, comrade, and if they fail, they will be culled.
Yeah, that's it. You know, they'll find a way to stop you doing it. They'll find a way later down the line to stop you growing your own food because it's not beneficial for the fucking climate or some bullshit.
But all of those rules, Codex Aluminantaris, Agenda 2030, 21, they're all in place. They all are semi-consensual. We have to agree to it at some level. There's never going to be, unless there's a whole army of fucking bots ready to come around. But you
think, look what happened in the Soviet Union. You had peasants fucking grassing up other peasants.
Yeah, but in the Soviet Union, there was a thriving black market, comrade.
Yeah, well, there you go.
In the Soviet Union, if you wanted to wear blue jeans in your underground party, someone would supply you blue denim jeans. The ultimate sign of consumerism and decadence, comrade. No, did anyone know about this? Like on the other side of the Iron Curtain, blue Levi jeans were total contraband in the Soviet Union. That was the sign of capitalism.
Really?
Yeah. Oh yeah. You know about this, Richard, right?
Yeah.
Like there was a whole black market importing these washed blue. Iconic. Wasn't an iconic pair of Levi's? 501s.
Yeah,
501s. They cost like 50 billion rubles or something. That was high grade contraband. So like,
really,
absolutely,
a pair of fucking jeans.
Yeah, because that was seen as the pinnacle icon of. They called it Western decadence.
Right.
If you had enough decadence to walk around with your blue Levi jeans, wow. But in the Soviet Union, you could only have like brown trousers, comrade.
Just brown everything.
Great. So, mate, I think this has been really interesting because you are saying stuff that, on the face of it, is quite controversial.
Yeah, of course.
But we are about solutions here and viable solutions. Well, and I think as long as we can straddle these two worlds of the physical assets and the value of the physical assets while harnessing the digital beast, and we can have that synergy, I think this is quite interesting, mate.
Yeah, well, the thing is, where do you want to be in 10 years? I want to be off-grid on a bit of land. When I say off-grid as well, I mean I might be on like a five-bed detached house that I've just detached from the water mains and the gas and electric mains. But I want to be off-grid in 10 years' time. And how am I going to get there? Well, I'm not going to get there by saving and working 9 till 5. It's not going to happen.
Nope.
So you need to make money out of the digital world to be able to give yourself the freedom that you want to give yourself. And you want to be there. You want to be ready before this all kicks in, and then you're free. You've got your land, you've got your house that's self-sustaining itself, and you don't even need to be a part of the digital world when the harshness of it comes, because you've made enough money out of it in the meantime on the lead up to it.
At the end of the day, mate, on this show, we talk about the denying force and the greatest apocalypse ever, and it's, you know, this Luciferian clan peasant show. But at the end of the day, we have to ride this wave.
Yeah.
What's the opposite? The opposite is to fucking hide away from it and lock yourself in a room or climb a tree. You know, if we want to exist in this world and we want to carry on ascending and we want to carry on rising above, then I'm actually totally on board with what you're saying. Absolutely.
Yeah, and I'm not saying any. Obviously, there's an opposition for everything, but I've got a bit of money in crypto. I've got a digital business. I've got a skill which I can do as a physical skill. I'm going to try and buy my bit of land and start building my house. So I've got a bit everywhere, and all the way down to organic seeds. So if things really do hit the fucking fan, I've got a whole box of organic seeds that I can even start trading. So it's not that I want to be a part of it, but just in case, I've got bits going on.
Well, hey, it's important for any of us not to be left behind. I mean, let's take a step back. Imagine if we took it back to the 90s and we were all 10 or 20 years older and we made a conscious decision not to learn how to use a computer or learn how to access the internet. Imagine if you wanted to become, if you wanted to affect people and make a change today and you weren't computer literate.
I'm not computer literate.
There's going to be.
Luckily, you've got me in this amazing studio who puts.
I can send an email.
There's going to be a point.
But you know what I'm saying.
No, I know
what
what
I'm
saying.
I think it's the same threshold, mate.
You've got to think what people always go on about it, but you've got to think what wasn't possible before the digital age, and actually some of it is useful. It's just where you draw the line, obviously. And
yeah, it's about not throwing anything away. If there's a change, you can either totally exclude it or you can embrace it and harness it for yourself, I think.
And do you know, I think what's going to happen initially is we're going to try this. Well, they're going to try this, and we're going to all take a step in that direction. And I think maybe not in our lifetime, but maybe in our children's lifetime, it's going to go backwards, and it's going to go backwards before now. And everyone's going to realise what technology is doing, and they're all going to take a step back and not be a part of it anymore.
They'll either do that or just be absorbed into the metaverse.
I'm perfectly happy with the future in 10 years where there's been a split, where there are pockets of this, the Schwabian smart cities where people are all on CBDC, credit scores, they're all in the metaverse. And us guys on the outside, we're trading in decentralized crypto, we're trading in gold, we're trading gold-backed tokens, we're trading skills. That sounds great. I love a little bit of Mad Max, mate.
And that's why you need the land, because it gives you value. And if you've got value, then you can trade. And that's the quickest way to make it, unfortunately, at the moment, is in the digital world. And that's how I'm having to do it. And people will, this, that. I wouldn't have made 15 grand in December over a stove as a chef. No way. Nope. Absolutely not.
No, we have to sustain ourselves. How can we expect to survive and to thrive through what's coming unless we have a revenue stream which is viable enough to allow us to do that? This is the basic first principle, guys.
And this is what I think about people slating about people trying to make money off the movement, selling merch, selling T-shirts, and that's what I don't understand. It's like, if you want me
Who do you think pays for all this? Look at this beautiful show, man.
That pays for the service and your time.
What do you think fucking Bar Treat was paid for?
Yeah.
How do we even start to do that? It's like, does anyone? I worked out the other day just on software licenses. We're like over £100 a month now. Now that I'm working with, graphics, video, everything costs money and everything is going up, and we're trying to obviously put everything out. Obviously, for free, which is the best we can possibly do. So yeah, everyone can suck my dick.
Yeah, and of course these streams of income, some of these you can do in the evening in front of your television. Like some of them that are that simple to make money on, that you can do that, and that will give you your additional income. People are like struggling for heat, they're struggling to pay these kind of bills. So if you look up at some of these streams of income and you find one that suits you around your timetable, you're suddenly making an extra £400 or £500 for an hour's work a night, a month. So
And there's actually no shortage of guidance of how to do this. I mean, there's loads of people that will sell you some courses. But I'll tell you what, every one of those people will give you some free advice first. If I wanted to get an extra revenue stream, do you know what the first thing I'd do?
Go on.
I'd go to every single one of those people that was selling a course about how to get an extra revenue stream, and I'd absorb all their free information.
Yeah.
That's the first thing I'd do. And I'll tell you what, there's loads of it.
And then find the one that suits you and then invest in that one. And then if that one works for you and suits you, and once you've mastered it 2-3 weeks later, you can even squeeze in another one. You're talking 2 hours of the evening, and people are like, oh, I haven't got time to do this. If you've got time to drink a glass of wine, or you've got time to watch television, or you've got time to watch Netflix, you have got time to do this. You can find an hour to do it, and some of the markups and the money you make is ridiculous.
Well, surely if it's for the benefit of your future, you just fucking go to bed a little bit later and just do the next day a bit tired and just power through the fucking day.
The other option is you lie around consuming things that cost money. I just never got time. I've just never got time to get an extra revenue stream.
And some people I've been giving some free advice for this have been saying, oh, where can we find £200 from? Where can we do this? I can't do that. And then the next weekend I see them posting pictures of them out in a club with cocktails in their hand, and it's like,
I can't remember the last time I had to go out and like to a nightclub and spend the entrance fee and pay for all my drinks and stuff. It would run into hundreds of pounds. Like this is that's a big expense. If you could afford to do that once a month, you can already afford to invest in your future, in your new revenue stream, your new side hustle. I hate to use that because there's so many like cheesy influencers going, oh, get the new side hustle. These 17-year-old kids are doing it.
Some of them are a bit cliche, but you can see.
Oh, loads of them are very cliche.
Yeah, and but you can see some of them are just so easy, and it's like, hang on a minute, that guy's just paid me a day's wage just to do that. And why am I working on? And I've seen some of these interviews online as well, and they're using the terminology wagey. Someone said, "Would you date somebody that works 9 till 5?" And they said, "No, I'd never date a wagey anymore."
Wagey.
I've never heard it.
Like a normie.
Yeah, I've never heard it
NPC, a wagey NPC.
These are like 20, 21-year-old women. They were like, nobody dates anybody that works 9 till 5 anymore.
Wow. Unless you're lucky enough to be that 1% of people where your 9 to 5 actually generates maximum P.
But either the younger generation are all making this money, and that's why they can't find anyone to do these jobs.
Wow.
And we're missing out on something. Skipped a generation. I'm not.
Mate, look at Instagram. Look how many people get paid. Especially, I'm not being sexist or anything like that. I'm going to get some fucking backlash for this, I know. Look at how many women who make loads of money from Instagram for just posting fucking half-naked pictures of themselves online.
Yeah.
But do you actually make money directly from Instagram, though? Because I've had this conversation before. I mean, if you're talking about like those paid services like OnlyFans, and that's another thing, but like...
Yeah, or like OnlyFans, whatever it is, you know what I mean?
I mean, for instance, if we were to choose to monetize Rise Above on YouTube, which we don't for Al reasons, with our views, I think the rough, if you get something like 50,000 views a month, you make like $100 or something like that. So I think we'd be in the range of earning like $100 a month off the views, of which YouTube take about 33%.
Of course, 33.
So it'd be like £50 a month. So, but the thing is, when someone just shakes their ass or acts like a complete idiot on TikTok, that generates millions of views.
It's because it's mind-numbing bullshit.
We get about 30,000 views a month on this channel collectively. 30,000, something like that. But yeah, I mean, look, at the end of the day, in the greatest apocalypse ever...
It's a great comment here, like, Oma fans.
Oma fans. Is it immoral to dip into the clown sphere and earn money off of idiotic peasants that are already splurging their essence all over the place, and other people are making money off it?
Yeah.
Is that immoral? I'm not sure it is.
And some of it's too far. I think now in the metaverse you can get paid to work at Subway, but in the metaverse, Subway.
No way.
Yeah.
What? Say that again, Rich.
You can get paid to work in the metaverse Subway. So
make sandwiches in the metaverse.
But you're.
But wait a minute, why would they pay someone to do that? But
I don't know. It's ludicrous. This is what I'm saying. Like, some things are absolutely too far.
I could say, why would someone spend $250,000 in to buy the house next to Snoop Dogg's in the metaverse? There's no answer to that question.
Is that what they're doing?
Yeah. The piece of real estate next to Snoop Dogg. I think Snoop Dogg bought the equivalent of something like, like a big, like the best house on one of those smart estates, like a big 6-bedroom mock Tudor mansion. That Snoop Dogg's house in the metaverse, the one next to it went for $250, $250,000.
Wow.
It doesn't even exist. It doesn't even exist. You can spend £33 on a new skin for an imaginary M16 in a metaverse shooting range. Mate, can I spend £33 worth of crypto shekels on a digital camo skin for an imaginary gun that doesn't exist so I can shoot it in a computer game? What?
Well, it's crazy. Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
What? That's mental.
But soon people won't leave their house because they go and work in the metaverse, and they go and get paid. They go and get paid to serve somebody in a sandwich shop, but in a digital world. It's fucked up.
I'm never going to do that. Listen,
I'm saying that's too far. Obviously, that's what I'm saying.
That's too far. But what about if you could invest in some shares in like some NPC farm in the metaverse that was really lucrative? Would you do it?
No, I just don't understand that, mate. I would not even. It's too far. I mean, I struggle to run an Instagram account and a Facebook account at the same time. Like,
no. All jokes aside, guys, we're not investing in the metaverse. I personally draw the line there.
I'd blow my fucking brains out before I started serving up sandwiches.
I'm never going. No, I said 3 or 4 episodes ago. Knowing what I know now about optogenics and all of the stuff that sheep farmers told us about with their deep research into these Epstein technologies, I would honestly never, if someone said, here is the newest, best VR headset and you're going to play original Call of Duty from whatever, something really sick, I would just not put it on. I wouldn't put it on. I'd be scared. I'd be scared of what the effect it could actually have on my synapses, my impression machine, my meat suit. Knowing what I know now about what just the TV and the printed word can do to a normie. If that kind of technology can turn a regular person into literally the undead, I'm not going to risk my meat suit with the best technology they're about to unleash. That is definitely designed to turn you into the undead also.
I saw a good meme.
Is this still on?
Yeah, you're on.
I just want to jump in because
go on.
I was living in Bali back in 2015-16. Everyone was on the crypto thing there, and I was at these big villa parties and everything, and people from Silicon Valley were there testing out these virtual reality headsets on everyone. And they were, and I just remember and everyone was getting into it, and it was all about this metaverse stuff, and I was just like, I couldn't get my head around it. I just didn't want to do it. I put the thing on once, and I was just like, this is not right. But yeah, there was all these parties going on, people testing it, and
I'd be scared.
That's awesome.
Yeah, that's where it all came from, isn't it?
This is a holographic construct.
Yeah.
Sorry, we've got Jason Brashears on the buttons.
The AI can't control everything.
But it is scary though because
is that archaics?
Yeah, yeah. This whole pad is made of archaics now. Look,
that's Full Metal Rabbit. Oh, politics.
So yeah, I mean, I'd be worried because at the end of the day, those people that are working with that technology are certainly dark magicians.
I saw a great meme the other day online where it was like back in the 80s and 90s, your mum would tell you not to sit so close to the TV because it would damage your eyes. And now you've got the fucking VR headset literally right.
Strap it to my eyes, Michael.
Yeah. This is a holographic construct.
Put it closer to me, please.
That's Full Metal Rabbit.
No, but it's true.
These
though.
are great, man.
We've got more. We've got over here.
AIX is not going to fight the simulacrum.
Yeah, how much closer do you want to get to this stuff? How much more immersed do we want to get into it? I'll big up Ryan Sanders in the chat. He absolutely smashed it last
Remember,
week.
I've told you guys many times.
I have told you many times.
I think I don't want to be a part of the digital world at all, but you can make money from it. And we're just talking online retail here. We're just talking like drop shopping. And if these high street shops are shutting down, most of the sales are coming through the internet. So why aren't you just running a shop from your house and making an extra few £100 a month, and then putting that money to prepare yourself to the future? You don't need to be fully in it. You don't need to be fully immersed in it. I mean, but I'm by no means not. I just know basic use of basic software, and I know how to analyze using software. I'm not any like computer genius whatsoever. How far will it go if they start microchipping people? Would I still be getting involved in this area? I think I'd run for the hills and the forest. I think that'd be slightly a different situation. But at the moment, we're just talking about introducing a digital currency, and adapting to it and trying to get ahead of the game. And I think to be able to do that, you need to learn digital trades and digital markets.
Yeah, you can get your debit card implanted into your wrist now.
I think you can get more than that, can't you?
Yeah.
You can get your whole shit, like putting it, your health records, all of it.
Yeah, Estonia was the pioneering thing on that. But in the UK, there is the first company now that puts it in your wrist.
Yeah, and you can go and like open doors by just putting your hand near it, near the sensor or whatever, and it detects your eyes. Vending machines where you can do it, like pay for your shit, just flash your hand like you flash your phone.
It's ridiculous, that kind of technology. And
yeah, Omar Beast has just put a good comment up. A tech tattoo. Yeah, I've seen those as well. So like all your shit goes on a tattoo. So it's, you know, that's one step away from having it implanted, is having it tattooed on you, isn't it? You know, the next step is the Schwab phone, the black slab, that's, you know, that's basically you're holding all your shit on there. People are paying for stuff on their phone. People are doing all that. Then the next step, tattoo it on you. Then the next step after that, have it implanted in you. It's all just a little trickle down.
Brain implant.
Yeah, then you got your Neuralink from Robo Musk coming in.
Yeah, I'm not too sure what those guys at the top are doing when they're all kind of falling out of each other and kind of doing their own thing by the looks of it at the moment. But I don't really want to get involved in that too much either.
No, mate, I'm not having anything fucking implanted under my skin. I'd rather die.
They get it in you somehow, though. Comes through the food, comes through the air.
The smart dust.
Yeah.
We're all breathing in the smart dust.
Have you seen the calamari people pulling out you know,
Hell, I get fucking advertisements come up on my social media for stuff that I've only thought about.
Yeah,
I haven't even looked it up. So there's no, I've not put it into a search engine, but I'm getting shit come up advertised me that I've thought about.
Yeah, I thought about that earlier, and then the adverts there, like.
And this isn't just a one-off. This happens to me all the time.
Yeah, I've noticed that. But I mean, we get to
tech has been building up over the years. Yeah.
And we don't know what's going on with this technology either, because we don't know how advanced it is, or what direction it goes in, or what data it provides to anybody. We're just completely oblivious to it as civilians, and we just don't know what they're capable of, unfortunately.
I mean, Lance, you were just talking about smart dust. I said I get advertised stuff on my social media that I've only thought about. I've never put into a search engine or anything. And I said we're just talking about like smart dust and stuff like that. You've looked into that, haven't you, with Omar?
Yeah, we looked into that a long time ago. But that thing that you're just talking about there, where the predictive advertising has stuff that you've only thought about rather than what you've said, because you know obviously the microphone.
Yeah.
I think it was a couple of episodes again. I said, well, because people said, what is it, reading your mind? That's a bit of a stretch. Well, I said, what if it's not reading your mind? They said, well, how else could it work?
The algorithm.
I said, what if Al Gore has already constructed your digital twin? And it's just predicting what you're thinking. And they said, whoa, what do you mean? Well, I said, well, all of this stuff that is farming, every interaction, every time you've done that app that says, why am I shaped like a potato? You know, stupid, all that stuff. Every bit of that has been farmed. And you've been feeding Al Gore, and what Al Gore has been doing is going like
putting a profile
and creating like a digital golem of you. It's called the digital twin, and people have already postulated that it's like it could be in a chamber somewhere, being like digitally tortured until the end of time with like just harvesting its energy, or feeding it with adverts and seeing what its reactions are. For instance, who fucking knows? But the fact is that the digital twin, if it's being talked about, oh yeah, this will be coming in 6G, we'll be harnessing it. They've already got your digital twin in the fucking gulag, comrade.
It's in the metaverse.
That. Absolutely. Absolutely. It's already been bent over by Jimmy Savile in the metaverse. Sorry. So, yeah, I mean, look, who knows how that happens? What, are you saying that smart dust could be something to do with it? That's what.
Well, if we're breathing it all in, if we're eating it, if we're drinking it.
Well, hey, if it's reading your thoughts, that would be a good interface.
Yeah.
Who knows? It's that's an interesting one. I personally think it's more likely that it knows what you're thinking, because
it's got such a good profile of you.
It knows everything about you. Yeah. For me, that would be more likely. What's everyone else saying in the live chat? What's more likely?
Mate, there's all sorts going on in the live
It's
chat.
reading your thoughts, or it's got a digital twin.
I mean, Omer's saying that maybe we are already the digital twin, and the real us is somewhere else.
Is Omer back at his, looking into the wood circles to predict the future? Looking into the tree stump, like, look at this, it looks like a baby rabbit, comrade. Shout to Omer Beats. Richard, you've put a lot on the table tonight.
Yeah, I mean, it's just where my mind is and where I'm going with it. I'm not saying you've got to do it. I'm not saying go do this, go do that. It's what I'm doing as a person.
Mate, I think that's important. We're putting all the different ideas on the table. People can take and pick up what they like. And you've basically said, let's dip into the digital world. Let's take that opportunity to enrich ourselves.
Yeah.
So that we can spend more time on the organosphere, in the natural.
Yeah. And that's the road I'm taking, and then my plan is hopefully by 2026 is to have my land and my little container home or self-sufficient home, and then I've got my freedom. And if I need to make money, then I can just log back on, make a bit of money, and log back off again an hour later.
Well, I can tell you that I've already spoke to people that have been doing this for a long time. I spoke to people almost 10 years ago that have been doing this quite successfully, let's say.
Yeah.
Well, I've just been sent some little mushroom illustration there by Faye. Big shout out to Faye Trader.
Mate, I've had about 27 images during the show sent to me by Russ Kieran.
Really? Yeah. Okay. Well, listen, our show tonight, obviously last week we had a music extravaganza in the Pirate Radio New Year. I feel like this week we've really gone in with some very, very useful information. Rise Above has been about solutions from the start. We don't want to keep painting a gloomy picture. Jen earlier on has certainly enlightened us about some aspects of cash, the thing that we're trying to save at the moment in the face of this digital onslaught. Tom has come in the middle and said, actually, this hardcore digital technology, this blockchain, well, you need to know about this right now. Don't get left behind, guys. And then at the end, Richard, you've sort of come in with like a synergy and saying, listen, this digital revolution is happening whether we like it or not, yeah?
Yeah.
So, listen.
Well, look what's going on at Oxford about splitting the place into 6 zones and 15-minute cities. They actually say on the website about that, on the council website, government website, where this is happening whether people want it or not.
I wonder if decentralized blockchain technology could be used to develop something that could counteract that, and you could keep it secret. I'm just going to put that on the table. Maybe. Hey, listen, from what Tom said earlier on, it sounds like this actually allows us a whole new level of privacy.
Yeah, if it's used correctly.
Yeah. So this is all very interesting. Have you got anything else you want to share with us, Rich? Because we are past midnight. I was going to wrap it up pretty soon. We have a
I've
short
got
one
nothing
tonight.
else to put. I mean, that was nice just to be able to come on and share some ideas.
Mate, that was brilliant.
It was a great chat.
Yeah, it was a great chat. We had you on at Raw Treat, and we will have you on at the next. Hopefully we'll try and get you in the next event as well if you can get the rest of the band together.
What is going on about that as well?
Homer said I'm not allowed to make an announcement until he's here next week, but everyone can probably slow down the thing that I showed in the slideshow earlier on. All I'll say right now is, guys, don't book anything for Bank Holiday Easter weekend at Chronox. I want to say thank you to our guests, Richard Ryder, Jen Amulet. Thank you very much for joining us tonight and talking about the future of currency, and also Tom from 528 Crypto. So big shout out to our guests tonight.
Don't believe me? Don't believe me? Don't believe me? Go study history. Go study history. Politicians, professors and scientists, controlled by some rioters. Through 2 world wars they've been trying it. Corporate investment, no matter who the finalists. Don't believe me? Go study history. Check the activity of bloodline dynasty. Sumer, Egypt and Rome, consistently pan-European imperial misery. World conflicts enact social change, so they want it, but we must abstain. Acquiesce and you're in for a world of pain. A workhouse where you dream of a minimum wage. That's the plan, but it's closer than you think. We'd be there now if it wasn't for the cosmic shift. They're panicking,
The game is up, it's all illusion. The only truth is love. Don't believe me? Don't believe me? This goes deep cause they rewrote the history books. You can't quote how the real history looks. Empires fried from the lands they took. We're in the same boat, it's kept afloat by crooks. Been the same way for more than 1,000 years. There's no love here, all you're allowed is fear. Break through the clouds so the sky is clear. Satanic whispers hidden in the sounds of prayers. Dark suits, cold hearts, no empathy. Fill positions of power in our embassy. Stone circles and burning effigies. Chanting mantras to bring forth energies. Secret meetings that map out our destinies. Hooded figures, manifest entities. Pollute our minds so we got no memory. For centuries helplessly trapped by the treachery. Don't believe me? Obelisks and illuminated torches. Landmarks of malevolent forces. Sorcerers aim to contain your mind state. Open your eyes where you're already blind, mate. You want the truth, better ask and why. Your worldview got squeezed through a needle's eye, and here's the proof. They extinguish lives. Conflicts built on evil lies, no surprise. We don't know of no agenda. Disguised from the light from the moment you enter. Survival of flight, you're a lifelong member. That's right, since they sliced the placenta. Now, welcome to the slave race. Very few will ever find out how the game's played. Unless you wake up, keep on playing it. They look at me and think, why is he saying it? Don't believe me? Don't believe me? Don't believe me? Go study. Don't believe me? Go study history. Go study history.
I'm really gutted we didn't.
Lineker.
I'm gutted we didn't get to Gary Lineker. Well, Kyle was still here. I've sort of planned to show Kyle all this, but well, obviously we chatted about it anyway. But Gary Lineker, I suffered racist abuse for my darkish skin when I was a boy. I've actually watched him talk about this, and he said something like, "Although I'm as English as you come," which is something that one of those people that claims they're not racist says, isn't it?
Yeah.
He goes, yeah, I got racist abuse. So you can imagine the backlash after something ridiculous as this.
I saw so many memes come out about this.
I bet I've got more.
There's so many.
I bet I've got some you haven't seen.
Yes,
Okay,
yeah.
so Russ Kieran has already remixed the Tropic
He's
Thunder.
done about 10. I'm sure Russ Kieran's put out about 10 just on this one subject.
It's like it's the new Kevin Spacey, Gary Lineker. So yeah, Tropic Thunder, blackface Gary Lineker. Kevin Spacey is in this.
Yeah, he's
meme,
in there. He's
there he is.
right,
Yeah, of course. Then we've got NWA with Gary Lineker as MC Ren. Amazing. Really, really good. For anyone that doesn't know, that's Rosa Parks. So that's
She refused to give up her seat.
She refused to give up her. Yeah. Yeah. Well, I think
she refused to give up
she
her
sat at the
seat.
front of the bus.
Yeah, if a white person got on, you were supposed to give them your seat.
Back then, they give black people the best seats at the back of the bus.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah. now the best seats at the back of the bus. So anyway, yeah, Gary Lineker as Rosa Parks. Oh my God. Right, then it started to get really, really out of control. I actually said to Sagehead, we need something like Gary Lineker, like blackface,
being beaten in the plantation.
Yeah, that Django Unchained, Gary Lineker. Now, on the right is obviously Sagehead's work. Django Unchained. Gary Lineker turned down the lead role. Lineker turned down. On the left, I don't know who made this. Uncle Tom Jones.
It's a brilliant blend.
What's New Pussy Clark? That's got to be Messerschmitt. It looks like Messerschmitt's work to me. No one's got blends like that. Saying that, Sagehead is getting pretty good. If you look here, it's nice work.
So much to do Will Smith slapping Gary Lineker.
No, Gary Lineker slapping Chris Rock.
Yeah, or whatever.
Oh, mate.
So mimetic sources, you get on that and send it in.
Endless possibilities. This is Sagehead work. So Gary Lineker blackface at the front of a pride parade. The thing is, like, you can't see it's Gary Lineker, but you know it
What
is.
was the doll back in the 60s and 70s and 80s?
Oh, what? The Gollywog?
The Gollywog, yeah. Is that what this is?
Well, no, this is like the blackface minstrels back in, is it the 20s or 30s? When like, the black people weren't allowed on TV.
Right.
So this is where blackface actually comes from, the minstrels. So here he is, this was my idea. Dressed as like a black and white blackface minstrel with an Uzi 9mm on his belt, eating fried chicken at a Black Lives Matter concert protest. Yeah, Gary Lineker. Why refugee is coming to live with me? Because he took refugees in, didn't he?
Brilliant. 233.
Oh yeah, I saw these ones are fucking brilliant.
So, for anyone that hasn't seen Coming to America,
it's an amazing movie. It
is a great movie with Eddie Murphy. The poster in the background, Soul Glow. What was his name? Randy.
What is it? Oh fuck. Randy
something.
Randy Watson.
Randy Watson.
Yeah.
That's it. I think we've got Randy Watson in a minute. It's Trevor from EastEnders. No, not Trevor. Patrick from EastEnders. When the blowback from your woke bullshit hits. Oh yeah, that's Ross Kieran. This is Ross Kieran's work. Brilliant. Gary White. So yeah, endless amount of Gary Lineker memes.
The story of Windrush.
It has got
Yeah, here we go. This is Randy Watson from Sexual Chocolate from Coming to America.
Gifted in Black. That's brilliant.
Yeah, this is when apparently when he was a young footballer, because of his darkish skin, he got abused for being black.
So has he actually claimed any sort of heritage, any foreign heritage at all?
No, he literally said, "I'm as English as you come."
Yeah, I know he said that as well.
I mean, his name is Gary.
His name's Gary Lineker.
Yeah.
I mean, what could it possibly be? A bit Greek or something? What,
No,
Lineker?
Indian, maybe, I thought.
Well, he goes, I have slightly dark skin, but I'm as English as you come. Why would you say that? What, people with
He's
dark
a
skin?
shit-stirring little whore.
People with dark skin can't be English? Really? Yeah. Come on. So, yeah, well, everyone thinks he's a dick now anyway, if they didn't already. So, yeah, that was the Gary Lineker meme section. What can we say about that? Protect Auntie Koviev's back. Protect yourselves and other loved ones from polio. Ensure your child.
Rakesh says he's definitely not Indian. No, I know he's definitely not Indian, but he's an interesting character. I can't believe he's a bit of he plays the victim, I think, quite a lot lately.
Yeah, well, I think this is what Kyle was saying to me earlier on off air. He's saying he's just a victim. He just loves being the victim.
Didn't he do something around the how he was affected by by Brexit? I think, wasn't he, or something? He's been affected.
Oh mate, everything: Brexit, climate change,
racism,
the pandemic, racism. He's a little bitch, really.
He's whiter than snowflake, says Yogi.
Yeah, he's pushing all this LGBT shit as well. The alphabet mafia, as Carl Reeves earlier coined it.
Alphabet mafia.
We like that.
Yeah, that's brilliant. Apparently, yeah, this is from Future Ghost. I've had my quail flu vaccine. Shit, I saw there, didn't I? Lovely bit there from Future Ghost. Polio wankers.
Yeah, I saw this.
This is good.
I've seen one with Gary Lineker's face out the window.
White wankers.
Yeah.
Shouting white supremacist at someone.
Oh, brilliant.
So yeah, this is from the In-Betweeners.
Brilliant work.
militant stares. Militant stares. Militant stares. Who invited the military here? 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 Who invited the military here? I never invited the military here. Who invited the military here? Who invited the military here? Did you invite the military here? Who invited the military here? Gore-Tex boots, ankle holster, kit, low visibility grey. Shock troops, 50k taser, crowd dispersal energy ray. Flame retardant combat fatigues, 9mm Glock 17s. SIG, 516, carbine with high cap magazine. Red dot sight gun mounted, flashlight, backup clip, strapped to his leg. Counter protest firearms officer, CS grenades across his chest. Strict orders, encrypted frequencies. Combat civil unrest, across all borders, untold secrecy. Rolled out on the streets of the west. Who invited the military here? I never invited the military here. Who invited the military here? Who invited the military here? Did you invite the military here? Who invited the military here? Yo, smoke clears on the battlefield. Now we can see the opposing force. These guys think they're freedom fighters, but they can't fight for the cause in skinny jeans, Doc Martin boots. Feeble frames are dressed in black. Mask face, dark balaclava, hammer and sickle, red communist flag. Minds filled with a poison doctrine, far left ideological trap. Hordes of social justice warriors, protest signs, poised to attack. Radical feminist virtue signals, poorly spelled in luminous green. Pay protesters are useful idiots, get used in numerous schemes. Who invited the military here? I never invited the military here. Who invited the military here? Who invited the military here? Did you invite the military here? Who invited the military here? Containment units dispatched en masse. DEFCON 5, civil war. Activate the takeover plan, all drills are live. Martial law, post-revolution times. Life under curfew, learn to adapt. Thoughts of federal crimes. They signal virtue when you react, so better keep in line. Don't speak out or cause speculation. No more protest signs. Adjustment camps for re-education for non-conformist minds who dare to rebel or question the state. That's OSF design. Front revolution and crush the debate. Who invited the military here? Who invited the military here? Who invited the military here? In tactical boots and military wear. Who invited the military here? Looking at me with militant stares. Who invited the military here? Irrational troops and military gear. Who invited the military here? Boots on the streets cause imminent fear.